And we should be live. Hello, everyone. My name is KinoFlex, and today I am looking to host a debate, and host and moderate a debate, I should say, between
Yeah.
Backseater and SK. However, right as of this moment, only Backseater is here. We are still waiting on SK.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll probably talk with Chad a bit. Uh, to pass the time until he gets here.
Mm. Also, I just saw the fucking image you put of me in there, and it's me with my goddamn sword. Anyway.
Hold on. Let me actually make sure that this is mm,
Oh, jeez,
I
fuck.
don't like how
Oh,
this look.
Zuma fan right here. Backseater's a horrible person. Why would he come on? Because fucking SK came onto my show one day, asked me, hey, Backseater, what'd you think of the Superman movie? I thought it was trash. I thought it was like 1 out of 10. And he was like, whoa, what? We gotta discuss this out one day. And like, here we are. So that's why. It's like, seriously, Zuma fan, do you not have anything better to do with your fucking life than fucking stalk me? You lost our debate, not once, but twice. You're a Gilroy goober. Andor sucks as a show. Get the fuck over it and move on. Like, holy goddamn hell.
So already we have beef, and the debate hasn't even started yet. You'd like to see it.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
I was trying to center this background image I have of Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, didn't want to get rid of SK. Ah, no, I didn't want to do that. There we go. I think that looks good. Let's go on stream. Kino, my cholesterol is too high for beef. I am scared. I think it's only right to be a little scared. Mr. Sab 3 Red G 333.
Mm-hmm.
Phantom Gamer 4463 says, "Greetings, cameraman." Hello. Oh yeah. Before that, Sab 3 Red G 333 said, "I am here. Hi, Kino. Hi, chat. How is everyone today doing today? And how many grams of kryptonite do you own? Probably not enough for the upcoming
Uh,
Kryptonian invasion."
I own zero. But listen, here's the thing. I don't need fucking kryptonite to kick Kryptonian ass. I'll just be out there fighting with my bare fists, pretty much.
Mm. Saber's Edge. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. That sometimes I don't process the usage of threes of as ease.
Because that's because you're not caught up on your leet speak, Kino.
Yeah, it's true. Um, I'll make you a bit bigger. But yeah, once this debate starts, like I'm just gonna moderate. I'll make sure that the points, like everything, just remains on topic. It doesn't just it doesn't become something else entirely. No, like there's no like blindsiding or anything happening going on. Just want to keep everything fair. But yeah, chat, while we wait, feel free to ask questions. Or me and Backseer questions, I should say.
Oh yeah, Zoom event says he'll be out there losing debates against the Kryptonians. I ain't here to fucking debate Kryptonian invaders. I'll fucking beat them the hell up. I'm a goddamn trained wrestler, for fuck's sake. Like, that is enough to kick a Kryptonian's ass, pretty much. Uh, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly, Saber's Edge. Like, all you have to do to win a debate with Kryptonians is just answer their questions. Pretty much, all they use is Brainiac. Exactly.
yeah. Also, how does the audio sound on our end, chat? Just to make sure, I want to make sure that we're both Backseater and I are being heard loud and clear. Why is everyone except you so low on audio? I don't know. Maybe I just need to increase.
A bit
Uh,
quiet here. Hang on.
Talk a bit on your end, Backseater. Kino too loud, Backseater a bit.
Testing.
You sound, yeah, you sound louder on my end, obviously, but yeah.
Okay.
May Charlie Kirk rest in peace. Here, here. Kino too loud, Backseater a bit too quiet, but it's still easy to hear. Turn it up a little bit. Okay.
uh, I so I don't know. Like, I don't know what is. I don't know what's the problem here. Uh,
With
I don't know.
er,
I
for
don't know.
audio,
Should I alter?
wait for audio or for
Oh, go
SK.
ahead.
Nothing here
What?
yet.
Oh, okay. Uh, should I change? What the hell was the setting here? Should I change input profile?
I don't think it's anything on your end. I think it's just like I just had to turn the volume up. But yeah, chat. Let me know if Backseater sounds well enough on your end. Saber Edge. I have recently started watching the Superman animated series because I realized I never watched it before, and I didn't realize that Superman partnered with Star Labs so often. Yeah, and that's actually a big detail for Justice League Unlimited, because Professor Hamilton, uh, he become I'm not going to spoil it, but specifically, but he has like a major role in Justice League Unlimited, at least the first season. Backseater's still really low. Hmm. All right, now how does it sound?
How does this sound, y'all? That's still low and shit. Hey, Lore Master Chris. Nicest thing I can say about Superman is that it got me to finally watch Superman the Animated Series and Justice League Unlimited. Well, that's a good enough excuse, I guess.
Yeah, I don't want you to say anything about like Superman 2025 or what your position on it is quite yet, because I want to save that for when SK shows up, so you both can just give your introductions and positions on the film.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, is there anything you'd like to promote on here, Backseater?
Well, as usual, I have my channel, Backseater and the Backseat Boys streams. Kino has appeared on it, on a few videos and whatnot. So if you like Kino, well, there's more of him over there. We do base. I put out. I try to put out a new video or stream every day except Sunday. So there's always like a steady stream of content coming out. Obviously, basically what we do is that me and the Backseat Boys, we basically it's like we're kind of like EFAP. We just like we find videos we disagree with, point out the flaws, and then basically go like, "Hey, you suck at this. Your argument sucks. Your opinion sucks. You suck, etc., etc." We do it. We do the occasional gaming stream, but again, that's occasional. So, and like one of the recurring series is that yesterday is phony Filoni Fridays, where episode by episode we take a look at episodes of Star Wars content that Dave Filoni has worked on, and we basically point out like this is an example of bad writing, this is a continuity error he made. It's basically just like tearing apart Dave Filoni's career. So if any of that sounds appealing to you, like please by all means drop by, see if you like it, like, comment, subscribe, and all that.
Yeah. So
And
I'm
yeah,
guessing. Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
So I'm. So it sounds like you're not a fan of Dave Filoni. So, he's replacing
No,
Kathleen Kennedy as the head of Lucasfilms, right? Or am I mistaken?
that now that's speculation. Personally, I and a few others I think Lynwyn Brennan is going to replace Kathleen. I wouldn't be surprised if Filoni does replace her as president, but I'm willing to bet money that's going to be Lynwyn Brennan, because if you look at the Lucasfilm website and like all like the and you go to the tab that lists off the top employees there, Lynwyn Brennan has consistently been like next to Kathleen Kennedy the whole time, while all the others either got shuffled around or got replaced with new people. So I legit think it's gonna be her. And also their bios are extremely similar. Yes, Gloremaster Chris, Dave Filoni, CCO, yeah.
Now, I haven't heard of this other person like who's who you said like Linwin Brandon. Is that
Lynwyn
their name?
Brennan, yeah.
Linwin
Yeah.
Brennan. What are they known for? Like,
Uh,
have they made anything significant?
well, I'm looking it up. So I'm on the Lucasfilm.com website, leadership. So she's the president and general manager of Lucasfilm Business. So she oversees all divisions of business, including Lucasfilm themselves, ILM, and Skywalker Sound. She's responsible for the development and execution of Lucasfilm's business strategy and implementation of the
Hmm.
company vision. She oversees the Lucasfilm franchise groups, including marketing and integrated planning, games, publishing and consumer products, publicity, asset management, and content strategy. She also looks after Lucasfilm's studio operations, including human resources, finance, and legal. So if anyone is going to continue Kathleen Kennedy's business practices, it's gonna be her. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Okay.
She started working at Lucasfilm in 1999 with her role as technical area leader for the computer graphics technical directors in Lucasfilm's storied visual effects company, ILM. She wrote, and for those who don't know, that's Industrial Light and Magic, right? But anyways, so she rose through the ranks to become president of ILM in 2009, and when she became president there, she guided out ILM through one of its most successful periods, which is vague as all hell, so that could mean literally anything. Under her leadership, ILM expanded its global footprint, opening offices in Vancouver, British Columbia, Singapore, and London, and grew its San Francisco studio. She got awarded a whole bunch of shit. Uh, yeah, and she basically went to like all the liberal colleges. So yeah, it's very likely gonna be her.
Hmm. Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, and what are your overall thoughts on Lucasfilms under Kathleen Kennedy's leadership? I guess like specifically Star Wars because it's a pretty divisive subject, especially with a
Terrible.
sequel trilogy.
Terrible.
Yeah, what about it has been specifically terrible?
Oh,
What elements?
oh my
What?
God,
Yeah,
where to start? Oh, Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
We got to pass the time somehow.
I don't know. So I don't know, Kino. You got to be more specific here, because there's literally like we could literally just talk about everything. So like like what specifically like do you want to like me to bring up?
I guess the handling of the sequel trilogy. Uh,
Oh my God.
yeah, like Force
Like
Awakens, The Last Jedi, Rise of
oh my
Skywalker.
God, Kino, in hindsight, those films really should not have been made. And I'm gonna and hang on, if you'll allow me to toot my own horn here. Basically, I should have been fucking put in charge way from the get go, because I guarantee you that I would have made Lucasfilm way and Star Wars way more successful than Kathleen Kennedy could ever dream of. I swear to God. Her whole fucking her whole like it's like oh my God. So it's like okay, so let's go over this, right? So the first fucking thing that Disney does, and and by the way, I don't at this point I don't consider Lucasfilm and Disney to be separate things where it's like, oh, one just owns the other. At this point, they're pretty much the same fucking thing. Like, no joke. So forgive me if I just use the two terms interchangeably, because they're pretty much the same thing. But anyway, so they get rid of the fucking expanded universe, which in turn robs fucking Disney of like all this fucking like pre-built lore that they have built in there. They get rid of all that shit. They want to say like, hey, we want to go in a whole new direction. We basically want to give it a whole bunch of new people maximum creative freedom. And basically it's and like and we basically just want to do our own fucking thing, circle jerk and bullshit. And like it's like screw everything that came before, we'll happily pilfer everything that came before but use it completely incorrectly. And then all right, we'll fucking pander to OT purists and shit, and fucking girl bosses and shit, and it's all bullshit.
Hmm.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Grand Lore Master Chris, he says, I hated Force Awakens when it came out. I was really young when I first saw Force Awakens, so I didn't really think much of it. I was just under the mindset that I was happy to have more Star Wars, but I've since grown out of that mindset, thank God. Uh,
Is
oh, Super
oh
Chat,
sorry, go ahead.
Saber Edge. For $10. Funny you mentioned the Star Wars sequels because I was trying to explain to someone why The Last Jedi was terrible. It ended up being a three-page single and I only managed to talk about one character. Yeah, that's the thing about The Last Jedi. People are so divided on it, based on what they want out of storytelling, that it becomes a whole ideological, like philosophical discussion, uh, of what you want to see, or what you expect from storytelling in general, not just Star Wars, just what you expect from fiction in general.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
it's what got a lot of people into it's what inspired people to get into more in-depth media analysis, or just like movie and show analysis, or just reviews. Uh, and yeah, I would say like it's in part what inspired me to make my channel, like a lot of other people.
yeah, and speaking of those people, a gasbuster dude literally called me a stalker, Lamau. I wonder where that makes your subscribers. My subscribers? What the fuck do you think? And yes, gasbuster, you are a stalker because you're literally hunting, because you're literally scouring the fucking internet looking for shit I'm in, all just to fucking take pot shots at me. You are a stalker. Get over it.
It sounds like you have like some serious beef with this Zuma fan guy. Would you be
Yes,
willing?
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
yeah, I'll explain. I'll
yeah.
explain.
All right, go ahead.
So Zoom. No, go ahead. What? Sorry, what?
I was just gonna say, if SK never ends up showing up, would you be well, this is if Zuma fan himself consents, of course. Would you
Yeah.
be willing to debate him instead over Superman?
Oh
Because it
hell
sounds
yeah!
like
Oh hell yeah! I'll
it sounds
kick
like
his
he
ass.
likes it.
Oh hell yeah! I'll kick his ass a third time. Hell yeah! Let's do it.
Oh,
But
so you
Zuma
debated him
fan,
before?
I've debated him twice. All
Oh
right, and
wow.
he still won't fucking get the hint. But anyways, so the whole thing with Zuma fan is that he is a Gilroy goober. He sucks Tony Gilroy's cock so fucking hard he just will not accept that Andor is a piece of shit show. And for you all say, oh well, it's the best of the Disney Star Wars by a long mile. It's like, yeah, it's the best Disney Star Wars thing, but you know what? The best of Disney Star Wars will always be worse than the worst of real Star Wars. So there you go. Hang on. Lore Master Chris, thank you for putting into words what I tried to say earlier. Lore Master Chris here says, when you decanonize the EU for creative freedom, I expect more than just a shallow rehash of the OT, right down to the protagonist living on a desert planet. Exactly. Because for those who don't know, before Disney had bought Stars, they had this massive catalog of books, comics, games, short stories, RPG supplements, what the hell have you, that helped flesh out Star Wars more beyond just the movies. And then fucking Disney, well, prior to Disney, fucking Dave Filoni comes along and he's all like, I just want my creative freedom. I want to do whatever the hell I want to. Screw sticking to continuity and whatever. Then Disney came and followed that mindset. It's like, yeah, we don't really want to follow all this shit. We just want to do our own thing. Like, if you just want to do your own thing, why the fuck did you even buy this series in the first place?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Uh, yes, Eddie Olivas. Yes, best of Disney stars is better than the worst of older stars. Yes, that is correct. That is what I said.
Yeah. Well, how about we start this from from the beginning?
Right.
Force Awakens. What would you say is the major problem with it? Because back then, the culture, like everyone at the time, seemed to have looked at the director for Force Awakens and later Rise of Skywalker, J.J. Abrams, as a
Mm-hmm.
really respectable director, as he he was associated with uh, the guy you want for soft or reboots in general, because he supposedly understood what made these franchises so great. Like he rebooted Star Trek originally, but then like a couple years pass, people were like, people were going, well, I actually don't know about this guy because sure, like he 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 can replicate like the stories or like the basic plot structure of like what came before somewhat well, but at the end of the day, it's a mystery box because it's purely setup and not necessarily a story by itself.
Here's the thing, all right? Here's the thing. Fucking J.J. Abrams is a spineless coward who Kino kind of got at earlier. All he can really do is just copy and replicate. He can't make anything original worth a damn. And like Kino also said, it's like the whole thing was just set up with no payoff because he didn't give any fuck he did like he basically wrote Force Awakens like it was the pilot episode to a TV show he's making, like Lost or whatever the hell, which sets up everything, and then he just writes shit as he goes along and whatnot. So no wonder fucking nothing made sense by the end. And not helping things is that the whole fucking sequel trilogy wound up becoming a giant game of tug of war between him and Ruin Johnson. So it's no wonder it fucking sucked. It's
Mm.
like he literally didn't know anything. Yeah,
Yeah,
hang on. Yeah, Beef Jerky Turkey says, did you see Script Trooper taking a shot at the GKA? I did. Fucking bullshit. I'm gonna cover it soon.
yeah. Backseater, is your logic of Andor leading into the sequel trilogy because it's in the Disney timeline, but it doesn't apply to the six movies because it is considered higher tier of the canon? Yeah, so what are your thoughts on Rogue One and Andor? Because I think before you've said that it's bad because it's not within the expand universe as is everything else in the Disney continuity.
Yeah, yes, and yes, and yes, and I stand by that. And not just because I'm a fucking nostalgia blind fanboy who just worships the EU and whatnot. But no, here's the thing. The EU genuinely continues stuff in a way that honors what came before and isn't just a whole bunch of assholes going off in their own directions, doing their own thing. All right, they genuinely continue the story, that they genuinely expand on the movies in a respectful way, respects George Lucas's vision, and for the record, yes, George Lucas did view the EU as canon. Anyone who says otherwise is false. And on top, all right, and also if I don't usually play this card, but I'm going to anyway. It also backs up the themes of Star Wars to begin with, anyway.
And what would you say are the
Uh,
themes of Star Wars, if you could
uh,
elaborate on that?
if I had to like really like narrow it down as to like what constitutes the themes of Star Wars, personally, what I would say is that like just the eternal and cyclical nature of the battle between good versus evil, how people can be brought to either side by a single choice, good exists where you least expect it. The worst people can find redemption by facing their past, how big things can be beaten by small things, some David versus Goliath shit. How being motivated by anger and hatred leads to self destruction. Patience, faith, and discipline can help you make peace with yourself and others. And maybe some more stuff if I really thought about it. But yeah, that's just about where I'd start. Yeah. Now, hang on. Now, Eman Strife Mansa. So here's the thing. Disney doesn't have a canon tier system in place at all. Like they literally have nothing. Like so far, their only way of judging if something's like of judging something's canonicity is by saying yes, it's canon or no, it's canon. They don't have the ranking system like the EU had. So so I don't know why you think tiers of canon factors into this.
Mm.
Uh uh let's see. Eddie says Sheev Talks may be a Trump hating atheist, but he's still a brilliant reviewer. Rogue One is great, and it isn't worse than Attacker Phantom Menace. That is incorrect. Sheev Talks is a fence rider. I don't give a shit what he thinks.
Mm.
Zumafan says you can't. Hang on, Zumafan. You can't prove Andor is bad without mentioning the EU and Disney. If the EU never existed, Andor wouldn't be bad on its own. You do a terrible job at explaining your views. If Zumafan, my stance is that Andor rips off a lot from the EU, and therefore it's bad because it's unoriginal, uncreative, and can't stand on its own. Like seriously, Zumafan, why the hell does Cassian Andor need the Briar pistol? Why the hell does he need that? That was Kyle Katarn's gun. Why can't he have a different gun, for example? Why?
Yeah, it sounds like SK, since SK is running late, we need like a pre-show at least.
Yeah.
So Zuma
Yeah.
fan, like I'm extending an invitation to you on my channel. If you can contact me on Discord, I can add you to the debate server and send me like a
Yeah.
copy of your profile picture, and yeah, I'll add you.
But yeah, but to sort of expand on what Eman said earlier, yes, I consider Andor trash because it is in the Disney timeline. Yes, and this is something SK sort of brought up earlier the first time we talked on my channel, and yeah, and Kino, if you don't remember, it's when we were reviewing the EFAP covering me. Remember?
Hmm.
Um, he basically asked. He basically brought up like, oh, the Daredevil show on in the MCU. Like, if we were to like discard that, like that's really good. So if we were to like take that line of thinking and apply to that, then we'd have to discard good stuff. Like basically, what I would say to him, it basically, SK's whole analogy was like, hey, like if the Disney Star, like basically his whole thing was like, would we have to discard good shows if they're in bad continuities, basically? And to that, I would say yes. Basically, I don't care how good it is; it has to go because it's in Disney's canon. There's no salvaging Disney's timeline, and we can't like fit Andor or Mandalorian or whatever fucking show people want to save. We can't fit it into the EU. There's too much contradictory stuff in there because the two timelines are so vastly different. Uh
Uh, well, Zuma fan, send me a friend request. My Discord username is PebbleClack. PebbleClack. I'll type it in the chat.
yeah,
It's
casual
yeah,
Chris. Oh, sorry.
yeah. Just send me a friend invite and I'll add you.
So casual Chris here saying Rogue One fundamentally doesn't work. The guy that made the flaw on the Death Star doesn't make sense when you remember the chances of destroying the Death Star is basically impossible. Uh, it's like, listen, all right, Emant. When I said that Andor and Rogue One leads into the sequel trilogy, basically it's the mantra of all roads lead to the sequels. All roads lead to Rey. All right, so you can sit there and say, hey, like Rogue One and Andor lead into the original trilogy. That doesn't matter because everything in Disney is supposed to end up leading to the sequels anyway. The original trilogy and the prequel trilogy, for that matter, do not lead into the sequel trilogy. Uh,
Okay. He sent me a
when it's
message. He sent me a message, so I'll add him.
Or at least now you understand, man. Casual Chris says, from what I've seen in Andor, it's decent, but it deserves to be in the trash, just like Disney. It's like again, yeah, it's the best. It's one of the best. It's one of the better things Disney have made. However, it's still bad on it's bad on its own merits, and it still doesn't fucking redeem the damn Disney thing. Like what? Like you know what I'm saying? One good show does not redeem an entire timeline worth of crap.
Yeah, Loki comes to mind because the rules that they based around it, uh, they're just so phooey. So that going forward, any multiverse story within the MCU is just poisoned, as far as I'm
Right.
concerned. Okay. So Zuma fan has joined. Well, Zuma fan, post your profile picture so I can just add it. Then I'm gonna add you. Yeah, so I can take SK out until he joins, and then yeah, we're not on the watch party. We are okay, there we go. Save that. Now I'm gonna add you to there you go. Now I added you to the debate. to the debate channel. I just gotta wait for him. Do, 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 do. And in the meantime, I'll add his profile picture. See, how do I? Duh, 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 duh. Shoot, how do I? Oh no, I don't want to do that. Yeah, yeah, join the stream.
Duhoney says, bro's playing with toys at this point. Yeah, pretty much.
I'm trying. Yeah, I have his avatar set up. I'm just trying to make sure that he.
I think it's under transform, Kino.
Oh yeah, transform. That's right.
I think it's under transform.
Da da da. There we go. Now we just gotta wait for him. Jan's fat cat is always funny to me. Is it Jan, by the way? I remember I got it wrong the first time. Yeah, it's Jan. There we go. Now, all right. So I have his. I have it set up. Now I just gotta wait for Zuma. Zuma fan.
Mm.
Wait a minute. I didn't realize Backseater is the same guy that EFAP covered, and he's the same guy that said all clones in the Clone Wars deserve to die. Wait, is that something you
Yeah,
said?
yeah, but that was a troll video I made on a channel I made, and I was gonna make more videos on that channel, but then I legit forgot the password to it, so I had to scrap that shit.
Hmm.
Like, I'm not even kidding. I forgot the password, and I can't log back into it.
Yeah, Zuma fan,
Ugh.
join the debate room, not the watch party room. Should have given him the invite. Yeah, he should already have the invite. Yeah, we're just waiting for him right now, Zuma fan.
I don't know. I don't think you can see it because it's limited. From talking to Myron Gaines. Kino, who's Myron Gaines?
Oh, he's a podcaster. Like my friend
Oh.
he my friend brought him to town one day. I was just like, ooh, I think I'll ask him some questions, and I did. Uh, Cause yeah, so for some reason it's not letting him join.
I think
Uh,
it's because the room is limited.
it's limited.
Yeah, because it's like only like a select few people can like see it and whatnot.
I mean, I'm sending him the invite, but it's not letting him in. All right.
Like the no-
How about I just not set it to private?
Yeah, I think you said it to private. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I did. All right. Zuma fan, try it now.
there it
There we
is.
go. How are you doing, buddy?
Uh, does it work?
Yeah.
I don't know. The last time we listened to your mic, you kept having like these audible fucking scratches and shit.
I hear you just fine on my end.
Yeah, well, this time I don't have a headset on. I'm just holding the phone to my face.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah,
I'm
it
on a
sounds
phone.
yeah, it sounds good. But okay, so to start, before we get into the debate, let's set some parameters. Yeah, what would you? Okay, so introductions. Who wants to go first?
Well, I already introduced myself, so Zuma fan can
Okay,
introduce himself.
all right,
Yeah,
yeah. Go
I'm a
ahead, Zoom
fan.
fan.
I'm Zuma fan. Hi. That's my introduction.
All right,
I'm only
all right,
I'm only I'm only a person here to buy time for the disabled Spider-Man to show up.
disable Spider-Man. Yeah, that's a good description. But let's okay. So how about we get some just like set some parameters around the debate. Like, what are each of your positions, and who wants to go first?
Well, I
I
mean,
I mean
I've already laid my opinions out, so Zuma fan, you can go.
Well,
I
what are you?
I wouldn't
What?
call this
Well, wait. What are you guys debating specifically? Just
I
Andor
didn't
again,
know
or
thing.
Superman?
I didn't know I was debating. I'm here to buy time, like I said. So until the Spider-Man guy gets here, I'm basically just like a little insert, uh, just to like have a conversation, I guess.
Okay, yeah, that's fine too. But yeah, you want to argue with Backseater over his position on like Superman, on Andor, Rogue One.
Well, I already gave my well, we had like two live streams where we talked about Andor, so
Well, it
that
hasn't been on this channel, so just clarify for like my audience, if
well,
you could be
sure.
so kind. Yeah.
I'm fully against doing like how do you put it, like God, what do you call it when you're like going against like established lore? What do you call that?
The expanded
God,
universe.
huh?
So you're against the expanded universe. You're against Backseater's
No,
position
no,
that the
expanded
Disney
universe.
continuity. You're against
Yeah,
You're against
if
Backseater's
there
position. You're against Backseater's position that the Disney continuity is bad specifically because it's not a continuation of or an adaptation of the expanded universe.
no, but my problem with his position is that I think Andor and I'll even put Rogue One are of pretty high quality. I think they're not like the greatest things ever written, but I think they are pretty high quality wise in Star Wars. So
No,
that's what
that's
I'm.
not how you act. That's not how you acted when you came onto my stream that one time and you absolutely glazed Andor to no end.
Well, yeah, but if I had to look at it as like I do think I think Andor's really good. I do think that is really good.
Oh, okay. So you went
But
from
not,
oh,
but
it's one of the greatest shows ever to oh, I think it's really good. Yeah, yeah. Let me guess. Was it after like the numerous times John tried to convince you that fucking Andor and company on that on that damn jungle planet playing rock paper scissors was dumb?
yeah, you see, I can admit when things are bad, and I can also admit when they're good too.
Oh, really? Okay, so you
I'm
admit
not gonna be
Andor's
like you
bad
where it's like,
now?
"Whoa." I'm not gonna be like you where it's like, oh, the Disney logo's on it. I'm just gonna hate it by default.
Well, you should.
Okay, well,
Well,
Zuma fan, what would you say fit the parameters of something being bad? Like it could be anything, just like plot holes, like bad acting, like
all those and
nothing makes bad writing. Sorry, can you repeat yourself?
yeah, I think it's bad writing, plot holes, bad acting, bad editing, that kind of stuff.
Okay, so Backseater, what are some examples of bad writing in Andor?
My God, it's like yeah, it's like so for like pretty much like here's a good example. So during the whole fucking shit show with Mon Mothma in like season 2, she's at like this fucking like this I don't know like this like social gathering with like all the elites and whatnot, and basically it's like it's what John, my buddy John, calls CW writing, where they stretch an emotional conflict out over like a span of episodes when the whole thing could be solved in just like a minute or two of your characters talking. And it's basically just like Mon Mothma like wants to talk to like her buddy or some shit. Her buddy's like making like thinly veiled threats, and obviously you got Luthen in the background constantly going, I've sacrificed everything, you're not sacrificing enough, basically. It's like Dopey Luthen does that same fucking like it does that same line of dialogue like all the goddamn time. It's so stupid and repetitive. So there's one example.
All right, Zuma fan, your response.
That's not. I don't think it's very clear, and I don't remember him ever giving the same speech during the episodes of what she's talking about.
He does
I
it
don't think.
all the time.
Well, to certain characters he does give it, but I don't believe he
Yeah, and
does it
it's
in
yes,
terms
yeah,
of.
and it's repetitive because it's bad. Like how many times do we, the audience, need to hear Luthen say that shit over and over and over again?
Well, do you think he is talking to the audience or is he talking to the characters?
I don't care. It's repetitive.
I don't think so. It's sort of
Okay,
like
okay.
it's sort of like in Lord of the Rings, right, where you get the opening scene where we get the history of the ring and all that, and then suddenly they give us the exact same information, but this time the characters are talking to like Frodo and the hobbits, and they're explaining the same history that we got in the openers. Like, well, why are you repeating the information we got? Well, it's like, well, these characters don't know that information.
Okay, well, Luthen isn't repeating any information. He's just spouting his motivations over and over and over again.
Yeah, to which characters?
I don't really care.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to treat these characters like they are like
Let
real
me ask you.
people.
Let me ask you this. Why? Let me ask you this. Why couldn't he just say different things in each of those scenes?
Well, it depends on the scenes. I don't know what scenes you're talking about.
Like why? Why does he have to give like practically the same speech every time, but to different characters? Why couldn't they write different speeches for each of those different times?
I don't know. I guess it depends on the scenes and like what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
okay. Yeah, okay. Of course you don't know. Okay. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, and this pertains to actual EU shit, which is shit I'm specialized in. Why the hell did Luthen have to be the guy who was behind the Rebel Alliance all this time? Why couldn't it just have been like Bail Organa, Mon Mothma, and Garmbel Iblis like it was? Because this show pretty much goes out of its way to be like, oh no, it was Luthen the whole time. He was the guy who convinced everyone to actually come together and be the rebels in the first place. Why did it have to be him?
He's a big part of it, but I mean, they do show that both Mon Mothma and um, the other guy, I forgot his name already, but they already showed that. Oh, Bale, sorry. They already showed that those two already had like a part in training the rebellion, same as Luthen. Maybe Luthen had like a bigger part of it, but I mean, they still had a
He
part.
convinced them to join him as opposed to in the EU it was those three plus Leia and Galen Merrick who formed it. Like why does Luthen have to be the impetus of actually being the guy who forms the rebellion?
Because the writer decided.
What was wrong with the prior explanation?
There's nothing
Why
wrong with the
change
plan.
it? Why
There's
change it then?
nothing wrong with the prior explanation, but what's wrong with the new explanation?
The new explanation contradicts the prior one.
Okay, does the prior one exist in the new canon?
No, and that's a problem.
Oh, there you go. Then what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, then why the fuck is Tony Gilroy making a Star Wars show if he's not going to adhere to what came before? You're telling me that Tony Gilroy can scour the EU and bring up bullshit like the Rakata Empire, but he's not going to stick to what actually happened in there with the rebellion formed?
Well, I mean, Disney does cherry pick. I'll give you that, but
No,
that doesn't.
and that's a bad thing. Do you understand?
I mean, if you care about the EU, then it is a bad thing. Sure.
Yes. So why the hell does he get a pass? I know you
Because
criticize Dave Filoni for this. I know you think Dave Filoni sucks. This is the same shit Dave Filoni does. Why the hell does Gilroy get a pass?
because the show he made is actually good.
Oh, fuck you.
Hey now, hey
This
now.
is
See,
We're here for
no.
arguments.
This is what you do. This is your fucking issue. You're not willing to hold people you like to the same standards you hold people you dislike. You constantly fucking say that, oh, Tony Gilroy made a good show. Tony Gilroy can do no wrong. Yet here he is doing the same fucking bullshit that Dave Filoni does all the goddamn time. He cherry picks from the EU, changes what he doesn't like to fit whatever bullshit narrative he wants to write, and here you are praising Gilroy for the exact same bullshit Filoni pulls.
All right, all right.
yeah.
Let me just step in real quick. All right. So a lot of accusations from Backseater, and now let's try to like ease down on the fuck yous and the insults, because I want to keep things civil here. And we are this is like a preface to a debate. Yeah, but let's see. Zoomfed, would you like to respond to anything Backseater just said?
Well, sure. I already said many times that if it were up to me, I would say that I wouldn't have like them pillage from the EU or contradict anything from the EU. I prefer the EU over the Disney stuff. But like I said many times, if you are going to do it, which I prefer you don't, but if you are going to do it, the least you can do is make it better than what you're taking
No, no,
from.
no, 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 no. You don't know. No, see, you don't get to cherry pick when it's okay and when it isn't. You're either against it or you're for it. You shouldn't give them a pass when they make a good show. Do you understand?
Well, it's a good show, so I don't know what you want me to do.
I don't care how good it is. You're either for it or
I'm not
you're
going to hate the
against
show.
it.
I'm not going to hate this. I am against pillaging, but I'm not going to say that the
Then
show's
criticize Andor for doing that then.
well, I said it many times, but
And
it doesn't
stop
sound like
saying
a good show.
Andor is a good show then.
And it's a good show, regardless.
It is not a good show.
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
No,
That's
it isn't.
wait, Backseater. You just said that it doesn't matter if it's a good show or not. So the quality doesn't matter for you, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes, I've already admitted that it's better than a lot of what else Disney have produced, but but it doesn't fucking salvage it,
so
okay?
so you can agree that the debate or the argument you two are having right now is not about the show's quality necessarily, but something else
Yes.
entirely. And
Yeah,
so what is that?
he wants to talk about how to pillage from the EU.
I mean, that pretty much is a specialty of mine. Yes, and hang on. Casual Chris right here says the better Disney succeeds, the more Disney is going to ruin Star Wars for a longer period of human existence. All right. Yes, in isolation, its quality is debatable, but it deserves to be in the trash.
Only if we kick out all the rest of it, because I don't prefer just throwing this one thing away and leaving all the rest. If we're gonna get rid of Andor, then we got to get rid of the whole thing.
Yes, we're going to get rid of all of Disney Star Wars.
I prefer keeping Andor though, but
No, 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 no. You don't. No, again, dude, you don't get to cherry pick. Like, so, okay, let's say we keep Andor and we backport it into the EU. It's going to create problems. Luthen doesn't exist. Andor himself doesn't exist. Like, a lot of the events in the show simply don't line up with how they happen to Disney. It cannot exist.
All right.
well, I hope then
Jan wants to hop in real quick.
All
Uh,
right.
yeah.
the Jan.
And Jan, you can it's open invite right now, so you can join.
Yeah, Jan, gotta bring in the filthy janitors.
Janny, he does it for free.
Gotta
Hi, Falcon. Falcon, so how are you going to get rid of it? Simple. Just say all of Disney is non-canon. End of story. Just wipe our hands clean. Don't touch it. Don't look at it. Don't think about it. Just say it's all gone. All right, and then bring back the EU. Business as usual.
Yeah. Again,
Oh,
Jan. Yeah.
no, you can talk to Janet.
Janet. Yeah, but Jan, if you're watching, you can join anytime. Yep. I think that's him right now.
The
Falcon,
cat.
Falcon, yes, that is getting rid of it. Just saying it's all non-canon. We're not touching it anymore. It's in the trash. That is getting rid of it. I don't know what the hell you think. Falcon, in your opinion, what is getting rid of it then?
Yeah. But yeah, Jan, the proper debate bro, the
Oh, it's
person more
me.
suited to moderate debates is here.
Okay. No, I've just been listening in a bit. Yeah, hi everyone. I was just gonna ask. So wait, Backseater, to be clear, you think that whether or not, like, let's just assume Andor was perfect. I'm sure you wouldn't agree, but if it was, you're saying it still wouldn't matter because it like stole from the EU, yeah?
Yeah, it's a hardline stance because here's the thing: when
Okay.
Disney purchased Star Wars, when they purchased Star Wars and they got rid of the EU, they wanted complete creative freedom. Well, now here they are bringing stuff from the EU back, and that's pretty much defeats the purpose of getting rid of it in the first place, now doesn't it? So it's just a hard line for me. If you take stuff from the EU, all right, it's like, well, that's bad. And Falcon, I don't care if people are gonna watch it. And Falcon, if I'm given in control of Lucas, and I don't care, Falcon, because I am a real Star Wars fan, and Andor is a part of fake Star Wars.
Well, Baxter, do you think you could expand on what it means to be a real Star Wars fan instead of a fake Star Wars fan?
A real star, a
Uh,
real A real Star Wars fan is someone who likes the 6 films by George Lucas and anything in the expanded universe. The exception to the anything in the expanded universe is TCW the cartoon, because that cartoon has way too many continuity errors and it just slots into Disney Star Wars, aka fake
well,
Star Wars, better.
well, hang on then. So you would, let's say that I've not read all of the EU. I've not, in fact, even read most of it. But like, suppose that there's an EU story. I'm sure there's no shortage that are, they don't slot in particularly well either. You would agree those are also not real Star Wars, or would they still be real Star Wars because they were under, while Lucasfilm was still owned by George Lucas?
I would need an example of that.
Well, like a specific story, like because I don't have one, but like surely we can all agree there's a difference in quality between all of the EU material, right? I doubt it's all as good as like Heir to the Empire or the Plagueis novels, right?
I mean, the quality certainly varies, yes, but I hesitate to
Yes.
call any of them like really bad. I would say like the worst I would ever say, like if we were to really sit here and cherry pick shit like the Crystal Star, I wouldn't even say that's really bad. I just say that's like below average.
Okay. But then your barometer for why TCW doesn't slot in is continuity errors, right? So
Yeah.
theoretically, if something did exist that was as bad as TCW or worse, it also wouldn't be real Star Wars.
Well, yeah, Jan, here's the thing. Here's the thing. All right, even though TCW has continuity errors are so bad that no amount of retconning really fixes the problem, right? So, like the way I see it, like the way I see it, if you were to remove TCW, like decanonize all that, it would take less retcons to fix that mess than it would to keep it in. Because if you were to keep it in, you're gonna need a fuckload more, right?
Okay.
Is that
Yeah, like
is that
so
right?
the thing that I'm trying, that makes sense. Like the thing that I'm just trying to figure out, of course, is like if we're when you consider Andor, you're considering it with with respect to the whole continuity, compris like all of the EU stuff, right? So like your opinion of Andor is inherently going to be denigrated because it's built upon the EU being decanonized. And like, where my argument, of course, would be if we're considering the 6 movies by George Lucas, Andor fits in a hell of a lot more than all of TCW. So that's kind of where I'm at, because
Andor also contradicts other EU stories. It's like for example, like where the hell was Cassian Andor during Operation Skyhook? He's mentioned nowhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so you would basically say if something needs to fit in canon, canon for you is all of the EU material as well, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. I thank you for these answers, and I conclude that, yeah, I don't really think that absent suddenly recanonizing all of the EU, that any Star Wars story could ever work with that framework. I just think that it's regrettable because, whatever else Andor is, it's a well-written show, and I think it should be rewarded, because I don't think that we're getting the EU back, at least until, I don't know, it becomes like public domain, right? And then at that point, it's, for the birds, it's whatever. Anyone can say anything as canon at that point.
In the next 1,000 years.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jan. I'm having trouble understanding you. I'm sorry. What?
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, realistically, nothing can fit, like, nothing that Disney makes until they theoretically, which they probably won't, let's be honest, but until they theoretically recanonize the EU and decanonize everything else they've made, then there can never be, like, a good Star Wars story in your estimation.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's like I'm saying that kind of, to me, seems regrettable, because then aren't you depriving yourself of, like, potentially good, interesting stories that, while they don't comport to everything that came before, still be worthwhile?
Well, Jan, the way I see it, if Gilroy was such a competent writer, and if I'm to believe, like, all the outlets where it's like, oh, he did an ass load of research into Star Wars material, then, like, why couldn't he have wrote his show to slot into the EU better? And even then, I still wouldn't trust him to make this show, because he even ended up contradicting shit in Disney's continuity.
Well, the argument for my premise would be probably Disney would have like the showrunners or whoever would have advised him on what he's supposed to account for. They wouldn't have included those, and yeah, he could have gone out of his way. But at that point, I don't even know when at that show, because he'd have to read every single EU story.
Jan, he wouldn't even really need to. All he would really need, in a perfect world, what he would do is that he'd basically, like, submit the scripts and whatnot, or his story outlines, whatever, to the Lucasfilm story group, and have them check over, like, hey, does this contradict any EU material? So, like, they don't even really need the other writers to check every other story. All they really need to do is just submit the thing to them and be all like, hey, does this contradict anything? And they go yes or no, and depending on the outcome, he'd have to just rewrite stuff. The thing about it, though, is that, like Dave Filoni, Tony Gilroy is one of them guys who doesn't care about maintaining continuity in a shared universe. He is one of those guys who is all like, I just want to write my own thing. Fuck if it contradicts anything else. And Jan, if you don't know what he already contradicted a limited series that was to tie into Rogue One, explaining how Andor and K2SO met, and an episode of Rebels where Mon Mothma cameo that's supposed to take place after her speech in the Senate. It contradicted those two things.
Yeah, no, I'm aware of those. I'm aware of those. I feel the argument I would necessarily have to deploy, like, you already know what it's going to be, is because those two stories are probably. I'm familiar with Rebels. I know Rebels is retarded. I'm not familiar with that other limited series, but, like, the reality is, if Rebels is already committing continuity breaches, and Disney is happy to say, hey, that didn't happen.
You're breaking up a
Jan,
bit,
you're
Jan.
breaking up.
Exchange for worse stories out of canon. Yeah, sorry.
Jan, could you?
And Canyon. Yeah, is this any better? Hello?
Yeah, you're
Hello?
not breaking. Yeah, you sound better now.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
but
I was just saying,
Did
like,
you res-
I
did you
understand
res-
that.
did you restate your last
I did.
sentence? All right.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah,
yeah,
what
yeah, that's fine. I was just saying, like, yeah, no. What?
what obligation does Tony Gilroy have to write Andor to fit into the EU?
If he's going to write for Star Wars, he should take all that into account. It's like okay, John explained this to you last time, but it's like if you're going to write in a shared universe where other people have contributed to it, it's like you have to obey continuity. That is your handicap,
Yeah, the
basically.
the EU specifically.
Yeah, if he wants to write it, yeah, like I said, if he wants to write a Star Wars story, he has to obey what's already been written down there.
Did you
Well,
guys
hang
say that?
on. I was gonna.
Well, you know,
Yeah, I was just gonna jump in on that real quick because, like, from Tony Gilroy's, like, I agree that you as a fan, and you're completely entitled to this. Consider the greater Star Wars continuity to be everything, including the extended universe. But, like, why would Tony Gilroy think that when the studio has that currently owns it one way or another? They've said, oh, those things don't count. Why would he feel any obligation to write a story to comport to that side of the universe when that's not canon anymore? Like, as far as the studio that owns it is concerned.
Well, he'd be adding to the better one. So,
Sure, but, like, my question is, why would there be an expectation that Tony Gilroy would, like, even if he wrote everything to fit into that universe? Number one, I don't actually see how he could do it fitting into a Disney continuity. Maybe for something like Andor he could, but then Disney has already made qualitative statements about the state of the universe. Like with Rogue One surely contradicts the extended universe, and he has to make it fit to Rogue
expanded.
One. Yeah, the expanded. Sorry, but my point is, Rogue One already existed, right? So he has to make it
Mhm.
fit to Rogue One. So how can he do both of those at the same time? Because
Well,
as far as I'm aware, like, yeah,
well, then
go on.
he's better off just not making the show. Then I don't know what to tell you.
Well, I would. Well, of course, yeah, you can say that, but then I would say, well, he's been commissioned to make a show, and if he's going to be making a show one way or another, may as well make a good one, right? Rather than a bad one.
Well then again, well then by that point he's just a fucking slave to like well, bro, you're better off just taking the money, dipping, and or hell, even making a whole new original thing.
But no, I don't even disagree that, like, I would be interested in a sci-fi story written by Tony Gilroy more than I would necessarily a Star Wars story on its face. Like when Andor first came out, I had like no interest in it. Same, I think, is true for anybody else because it came off the heels of like Kenobi and prior to that, Book of Boba Fett, which were horrific. Um, but like, I guess my position is, if my choice is to have shit Star Wars stories or shit, Star Wars stories that sure don't account for the expanded universe, but are at least in their own self continuity very good, I would prefer the latter over the former. But if you don't, that's fine. It's just I don't know how we would expect Star Wars to like get out of this then, because if there's no interest, the IP is just gonna die, right?
The only way to get out of it is if Disney sells it off or someone buys it from them.
like
Yeah,
Elon
or like
Musk.
I said, the third option is it's going to go public domain eventually, and at that point, it's anyone's game as to what is or isn't even continuity because it's public. So, uh,
yeah,
which I mean, for the record, I don't even think that it's contentious that you might be correct that as long as Disney owns Star Wars, even if I think that Andor is quite good, I don't think we're getting another Andor. I see no indication to suppose that we'd get anything that's of better quality than Filoni's slot.
yeah. Well, Jan, just let me ask you this: like, let's compare like the state of Star Wars to the state of the MCU. Uh, Countless times, people have pointed out like there are just this mass amounts of unfixable problems present within the MCU, especially when it comes to the multiverse. Do you think any of
Yeah.
that can be resolved in universe? Like all those writing problems can be resolved in universe, or do you think it just requires a complete reset? And if so, do you think that applies also to Disney Star Wars?
So I would say yes to both. I think it's weird, right? Because with Star Wars, at least we have the theoretical time period when in the OT takes place that you could still do things with, because that one makes sense, right? Even the prequels, you could do something in that time period. I would say I have more hope for Star Wars resolving their problems organically than I do for Marvel. I actually just don't know how you resolve anything without just doing a full-on we're resetting to zero. Because the multiverse, like Star Wars, even as shit as Disney Star Wars is, they've not introduced like ridiculous, insane mechanics like multiversal travel, like in a meaningful sense, or like they haven't retroactively assassinated their entire timeline with like how they did in Loki for Marvel. So there is theoretically right now, if like there was a competent writer, there is nothing stopping him from like writing a Luke Skywalker story that like I don't know, it's like a short story that takes place between like episode 5 and 6. There's nothing stopping anyone from doing that, right? There is absolutely something stopping that from anyone doing that with Marvel, because none of the decisions the heroes make mattered. Because, hence to fourth Endgame, none of the decisions is the time that decisions are predetermined by the fucking TVA or whatever. So.
Chaz saying that our screen is looking goofy right now. We're talking about Star Wars, and we're not. We're supposed to talk about Superman. We're talking about Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen Superman.
Goes to space. I mean, I don't think
no.
actually will have much to be about Superman. So, yeah.
Yeah. Zuma fan, what is your take on Superman? If you're willing to argue about it, that is.
Well, no, I haven't seen it because I have no interest in seeing it. I mean, Snyder killed my enjoyment of DC. I don't like a lot of the things DC has been doing, especially with Harley Quinn, since they want to push her into every single thing that they do. So I had no interest in seeing a whole new universe and all that. And plus, I'm just so like sick and tired of it being like so like online brain. So many people are like, "Oh my god, it's made by James Gunn" and all that kind of stuff, and I just have zero interest in it. The comics aren't interesting. The characters aren't interesting anymore. I don't care. I'm sort of into the absolute Batman series right now, even though I kind of don't like the comic that they did with the him beating up white supremacists, because God forbid we actually have a different story outside of white supremacist shit. But at least the monster design looks pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah, so you're just like mostly apathetic to anything comic book related, correct?
Well, I mean, not the Spider-Man stuff. I'm actually pretty hyped for the new Spider-Man movies coming.
Okay.
Since I'm a big Spider-Man, of course.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, because again, SK kind of ghosted Backseater because he was supposed to debate him and he's not here.
Well, that's good. I don't know
Unlucky.
why you would even want to debate him in the first place.
Ooh. Yeah.
Backseater or SK?
Went back.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like what else we can do to buy time. Because I don't even know if like SK is really interested. Like, have you reached out to him, Backseater?
I've multiple times and he still hasn't. Hang on.
Maybe.
Hang on. I'm looking through the live chat here. Hang on. Pip911 says you'd have to decanonize sequel trilogy. No. Pip, you'd have to decanonize everything. The whole sequel, the whole Disney timeline's completely fucked. You can't work with it. Oh, Mark of Octopus said, yeah, Acolyte made Anakin much less special and made canon that Force users and witches can create life out of nothing, which is not how Anakin was conceived. He was created by the Force. That is correct. What's up,
Acolyte
Bevan?
was such a fucking abortion of a show. I sometimes forget that show was real.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild.
Mark of Octopus says, I don't think that's his regular voice. It's the way he talks that sounds annoying. He just needs to speak normally. No, Mark Octopus, this is how I talk.
Yeah, that's why he has no business.
Wait, genuine question. What do we think is the over-under on Acolyte Season 2 actually getting
It's
restored?
never getting
No
made.
chance.
It's
No
never...
chance.
No
I want-
chance,
Yeah, I
because
wanna-
that's what you got.
I want it to be made,
Dude, there's
but
so many fucking people. There's so many people coping it still. It's insane. Like, you go on like online, and there's so many people like, no, they'll restore it, and like it did really well. And it's like, man, if it did so well, why did it get cancelled? You know, like
Yeah.
it's
Do
kind
you
of
think
hard to run away from that one. I think.
do you think Ryan Johnson is still going to get his own trilogy?
Oh, 100% no. There's no way.
I would say he has like about as good of
Like
a chance
unless
as Taika
Disney,
Waititi getting his own movie, which is no chance.
yeah, unless Disney like neuralizes everyone, there's no way that anything with Ryan Johnson's name on it would ever be expected to do well. Because like there is a lot of vocal. I would say there's like a vocal support for Last Jedi still, but like the reality is anything to do with Butch and Ryan, like that's like a trilogy, and like rightly so, obviously, because those movies were insanely like, dude, it like took Star Wars. Because yeah, the shows are like, yeah, no, whatever, like that shit, right? But like the fact that those movies like managed to take Star Wars from like, nickel like 15 years is like,
Yeah. You are
yeah, it's just
breaking
like
up a
another
lot, Jan.
IP.
You are breaking up a lot.
Hang on, hang on. Kuro Ace TV says a Star Wars fan is just someone who likes Star Wars regardless of what part of it they like. No, Kuro. There's real Star Wars fans and then there's fake Star Wars fans. That's it.
oh yeah, which I mean, I fit into that criteria because those are the three things you said makes up a real Star Wars fan. Fits me perfectly.
Oh, yeah,
So I'm a real-
except you like Andor. That makes you a fake fan.
Oh, so I can fit all the criteria, but I like Andor, so that makes me a fake fan.
But,
yeah.
well-
If you like anything by Disney, you're a fake
All the
fan.
criteria, though.
What?
That's not what you said in your three criteria to make a real Star Wars fan.
What I said? What? No. What? Okay. Well, all right. Well, there's the fourth criteria then. You're not allowed to like.
Restate all of your criteria.
All right.
Just real quick.
All right. Okay. All right. Just for clarity here. All right. You're not. All right. You have to like the 6 movies by George Lucas and the expanded universe minus TCW. Andor is not in either of those. You're not allowed to like Andor and be a real Star Wars fan.
And thus God spoke his fourth commandment.
Yes.
Oh
Yes,
god, I can't wait for 10.
Backseater is God. Yeah.
Yes. I'm godly.
He just
at
atomized
least.
all of the fake Star Wars fans.
I'm godly at least. Yes, Casual Chris here. The whole point is that the Disney timeline is scrambled and inconsistent, and it makes no sense of wanting more good Disney Star Wars. Exactly. No, Falcon. TCW is not awesome.
Ooh.
I agree. TCW is pretty shit. I just gotta be honest with it.
Hang on, Falcon. The dude with the
I think,
sword is Backseater, aka Falcon. YouTubing is a job. Sorry, Jan. What was it? I'm cutting you off.
I'm probably gonna be cutting out.
All right.
No, that's fine. I'm cutting out anyway. But like I was saying, like TCW is a show that has a lot of positive reception. That kind of baffles me how well received it is, given how at best like mediocre it is. Honestly.
Yeah.
I think it has great ideas, but it always executes them.
If Falcon is in chat, what is the best TCW arc? If Falcon is in chat, what is his favorite arc in TCW? And if it's the Siege of Mandalore, why?
I think it would be the Umbar arc, personally.
Oh,
But
yeah, A Poor Man's Battle of Jabiim. Great choice.
Well, what
Mark,
don't you like
again,
about it,
Yes, I
Backseater?
thought Umbala was okay.
like I just said, it's a poor man's fucking Battle of Jabiim from
Well,
Republic.
describe what made that arc that story arc so special, and how it pales, and how the other one pales in comparison to
All
that one.
right, so for those who don't know, the Battle of Jabiim was a event during the Clone Wars, and also and it was the subject of an arc in the Republic comics. Basically, it was basically like so obviously it was between the CIS and the Republic. And basically, the Republic showed up on Jabiim. There was a civil war raging on the planet. It was going on for a few months by that point. And in order to preserve the economic interests of the mining going on at the planet, the CIS supported the anti-Republic guys by giving them a whole bunch of guns and droid soldiers, basically. And so the Republic then showed up, and they started making significant gains, but then they ended up overextending their resources. And then the CIS, led by Alto Stratus and Ventress, they ended up gaining the upper hand. But then all of a sudden, the Republic just started getting all sorts of heavy losses, and they got pursued by the Separatists. And the remaining Republic forces retreated. Eventually, they retreated to the southern hemisphere of the planet, and it was only really due to the last stand of a battle group of clones and Jedi Padawans that prevented a total rout by basically like getting all the Separatist forces like holed up in a place called Cobalt Station, which bought the remnants of the Republic enough time to get off the planet. So it was basically like one huge, it was basically like a Pyrrhic victory for the CIS, and Anakin was also there, and yeah, it was like really intense. It was like, it was just awesome, and there was even like, there were like a whole bunch of fucking Padawans there, and they all like fucking died. So yeah.
Hmm.
Out of
And
curiosity, Backseater, what is your opinion on the 2D Clone Wars? The 2D
He said he
movie?
liked it. I thought he said he
yeah,
liked it.
Oh yeah,
that's the real
cool.
Clone Wars. Yeah,
Yeah, I like that one too. I think it's really good.
yeah,
Underrated, some might say.
yeah, yeah. Casual Chris, in the EU, the good guys actually lose battles. In TCW, they win every fucking time. To where like you just genuinely have to ask, how the fuck is the war still going at this point?
Hmm.
And on top of that, TCW didn't have this bullshit. We're like, oh, we need to humanize the clones and whatnot.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, I'm not principally opposed to humanizing the clones, but
Well, no, Jan. The thing about it is that you can with a few, you can with arcs and commandos, but you can't with the normal rank and file clone troopers. You can't do it with them.
okay,
Oh,
fair
why
enough.
not? Well, why not?
Y-
Do you think you can elaborate?
The reason why you can't is because of the simple fact that the clones were all, bred basically to, always follow orders and always basically like be loyal to the Republic, right? So the reason why it was all for the sake of making sure Order 66 went off without a hitch. If Palpatine just gave all the clones free will and independent personalities and whatnot, then that would totally run the risk of ruining the plan. And in fact, fucking Filoni crew knew this, which is why they had to introduce the damn brain chips in the first place, which is a straight up retcon that does not make sense when you take into account like what they say in AOTC or how they act in Revenge of the Sith. But anyway, it's like you can't do it with them because that way Order 66 will not be as effective, basically. So that is why Palpatine instated the emergency powers and then got himself elected Supreme Chancellor and wrote Order 66 into all the orders, basically. So yeah. So
Hey,
again,
you
you
know
can
what?
do
Backseater W. Backseater
what?
W. I hadn't thought of that. That's a good point. No, I'm saying you get a W. That's a good point. I hadn't thought of that actually.
Yeah, so that
I
is
never
so
really.
again, you can do it. So again, you can do it with arcs. So you can have dudes like Alpha. You know, he was from the Republic comics. You can have him be a guy with his personality, but for just like that random fuck off guy in the plain white armor, you can't have it with him. And yeah, Mark of Octopus, I heard about that. Sheev is a freaking idiot.
What about that guy who who went AWOL to go fuck a Twi'lek?
Yeah, first of all, that guy should not be doing that unless he's an ARC, which I'm pretty sure he isn't. That guy can't do that. And on top of that, humans and Twi'leks can't even like have kids.
I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure in the
Were they
they dropped it.
were they half
What?
clone, like half Twi'lek, or were they like already hers?
They were full on.
I don't remember.
Like I believe they mentioned in the episode that they were adopted actually.
Oh,
Because I
adopted.
thought
Okay.
I have a, I have a question.
because
What is Backseater? What is your perspective on the Christmas special? Is that
Holiday
canon? Is that real Star
special.
Wars?
That is
Yeah.
That is S canon. So it's canon, but it's very low on the scale.
Really? Like Chewie's
Yeah,
family
so
actually exists? The little
yes, Chewbacca's family exists, Life Day exists, but the exact details of the holiday special are subject to change.
when does it
So,
take
but it's
place?
more canon than DCW. But you would say it's more canon than DCW, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my! I respect it. Giga chat.
oh, Canon, bro.
So would you choose the holiday special over Andor?
Yes.
Oh god.
Just a bit of a DCW fiasco. Yeah.
That's why no one respects you, dude. This is the very reason why.
I don't care. I'd rather be right and have no respect than be wrong and have all the respect.
Look, hey, Caustic, you don't get it. They hated Jesus because he spoke the truth. All right.
They told him to shut up.
Yeah.
The canon. The canon isn't the same without the Chewbacca grandpa wanking session. All right.
You're going places. I swear, like you're gonna change the world. You're gonna bring Star Wars back up, and it's gonna be great, and it's gonna follow the EU. And it's just because you stuck to your guns.
Yeah. Emant Strife asks, do you believe the brain chip dumbs down Order 66 from being about blind loyalty to, or whatever he said? Yes, it absolutely does, because the whole reason why they even introduced the damn chips in the first place was to cover their asses because here's the thing about Filoni when he was making TCW. He wasn't making it for fans of the prequel trilogy. He was making it for haters of the prequel trilogy and to basically appease their criticisms. That's why you get bullshit like, we don't know enough about the background Jedi. We know Anakin is too immature and all this like all the quote unquote correcting of the quote unquote mistakes in TC and of the PT in TCW is because Filoni's trying to pander to prequel haters so that way he can swoop in and be like, see, I'm the guy who understands Star Wars better than my master, George Lucas. So he gives into the freaking criticisms that we don't get to see enough of the clones, even though the films aren't about them, but whatever. So he swoops on in, gives all the clones personalities, makes Rex, gives Cody personality, etc., etc., etc. He does all this, but then he realized down the line, oh shit, this makes no sense because now they're all buddies with the Jedi, so now it doesn't make sense that they'll kill them. I have to make up something to cover my ass. That's basically what it is. It's just Filoni covering his ass. And it's also a convenient way for him to spare all his personal favorite clones, like Rex, Gregor, and Wolf, and whoever, from basically being murderers, basically.
For sure, that
I was
that to
also
me
going to
is
say one more thing. One more thing with the
can
brain
say.
chips, which was really stupid. Even like when I was watching TCW, it's like, so like what happened with the brain chips? What happened with that technology? Why doesn't it? Why is it never used anymore? Why then in the sequel
Exactly.
trilogy are they like using conscripts and not giving them brain chips so that like a defection like Finn's is even possible? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Especially with how powerful the chips are that can rewrite all your brain and all that kind of stuff and get you to literally get mind controlled fully. Like, you just get that to all the
Yeah.
stormtroopers, maybe they wouldn't be as fucking awful as they are in Rebels.
Yeah, like they could. Well, it's one of the typical Filoniisms where like he introduces a mechanic that is absolutely bonkers broken, but then doesn't account for it at all, and like it literally disappears conveniently as soon as TCW is over, or like I guess technically the prequel trilogy is over if we're doing continuity, but
Yeah,
like
I do find it.
it's just really stupid.
I do find it strange though because earlier we were talking about how Tony Gilroy has like this. He has this obligation. He has to go to the lore guys, make sure that his story aligns up with the EU and doesn't break it. Yet Dave Filoni is breaking all this canon, all this EU canon, and there he is talking to George Lucas the whole time. George Lucas like giving him ideas and all sorts of shit. Why didn't George like step in and stop him?
Because he was busy with other shit.
Oh, and does that mean he no longer cared about like what Dave Filoni was doing to Star Wars?
No, it means he was busy with other stuff. He was trying to make Red Tails during TCW, and he was trying to get Underworld off the ground. It's not that he didn't care; it's that he was busy with other stuff. He only checked in like once a year or so
Well,
on that show.
here's a question: do you put any of the accountability for the state of Star Wars on George Lucas for having made the decision to sell the IP to Disney?
Beyond like, no, I wouldn't say no, not really, because he was getting old by that time. He couldn't make Underworld. He definitely wasn't going to make his own sequel trilogy, despite what people tell you. So no, not really. I just be like, he was getting old. He made his impact. He had a lot of money. He wanted to be with his family. So I don't really all that much.
Mm.
Like the thing is, I would deploy a similar line of argumentation for Tony Gilroy making Andor in the sense, obviously, it's not like an exact one-to-one, but like the argument would be he was commissioned to make a show, so he made a show, and then George Lucas was offered the opportunity to, financially secure himself and his family, and he chose to do it. Which I don't think I would blame either man. Like, I don't think it's fair to blame people for wanting to, like utilize whatever's at their disposal to make money, as long as it's not like, drinking orphan blood or whatever, something insane.
Backseater, you said that like one of the biggest mistakes of Star Wars or of Disney's handling of Star Wars is that they didn't hire you to
Yes.
write new stories. Like, what would you do
Yes.
differently?
All right, what I would do in frick. All right, so what I would do is that if I was in Kathleen Kennedy's shoes, is that is that I get rid of okay, so like let's say I'm all the way back in 2013, 2014 and Disney, just bought Star Wars. What I would do is that I'd get rid of TCW, figure out a way to cover whatever we need to retcon out. Like obviously like the big stuff involves Abeloth because her backstory is connected to that bullshit ass Mortis arc from TCW, but I'd find some way to I'd basically find up some way to come up with a new backstory for her, and I just have like production of the EU just continue as normal. Like Christy Golden will come out with Sword of the Jedi, etc., etc., etc. Just continue on. Now, as for the other side, basically I would commission like animated adaptations, not 3D, 2D commission adaptations of the EU novels to help them reach a wider audience. And I'd watch over them very carefully, and I'd be like, this contradicts what happens in the book. Be more accurate. Change that. So, yeah, that's it. That's just what I would do. Just continue the EU, keep building off it, hire people who will stick to the lore, and then just and then basically and then just greenlight adaptations of EU books, basically. Hang on, Casual Chris says 2D is a terrible choice. Why?
Oh, great. Are we gonna bring casual Chris into
Why?
debate too?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
No.
Triple Z for Black Rabbit. What does this have to do with Superman? Don't blame me, guys. I see some people in the chat
Yeah.
blaming me. Like this is SK's fault. Like he
Hey,
decided to ghost
we can
Backseater. He fears the
Oh,
we can talk
backseat.
about Superman. Wait, we
yeah.
can talk about Superman. Backseater, what's your opinion on Superman?
1 out of 5.
So 2 out of okay, yeah, fair enough.
1 out of no, 1 out of 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say 2 out of 10, but which is the
Oh.
same thing. But yeah,
So
because
Okay.
like
I conceptualize it out of 10
so
basically.
so you mean like 0.5 out of 5 technically, right? Right, Backseater.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's like the lowest score you could issue, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hey, look, it's DJ. Legends is non-canon. Deal with it. No, DJ, because DJ, as I always say, ownership doesn't equal authority. Just because Disney says it's non-canon doesn't mean it is, because they have proven that they have they have displayed poor ownership of Star Wars, meaning they have no authority over it. Okay? And here's another fucking guy who's been fucking stalking me. This fucking guy is legitimately stalking me, okay?
Backseater, are you familiar with the
The
concept of gang stalking?
I don't know what gang stalking is. No, sorry.
you know what?
I I
What about
I recommend
A-locking?
reading into it. Read into it.
Yeah, that's the thing. He
Then
thinks that he's talking. When was the last time you and I talked?
gang stalking, harass, surveil. Oh well, yeah, it is. I'm being harassed and followed and
He's
surveilled by
getting
a
gang
large group of
stalked.
people. Fucking DJ, fucking Zuma fan, fucking Falcon. I'm legit being gang stalked.
The
Well,
Here
dude,
not
on this
you,
channel, we do
not
not condone.
he's being.
not you,
We don't condone
Duhowny.
gang
I don't know
stalking.
who you are. I've never seen you until now.
He's being.
Hang
We
on.
don't condone gang stalking on this
Okay,
broadcast. All right, stop.
casual
Yeah.
Chris says motion capture, Unreal Engine 5 animation, high quality. What a fucking waste of potential. I don't want to see Plagueis looking like a paper drawing. No, there are really good 2D animators and artists out there. You just need to find them.
Yeah.
Problem with like
I have no idea. Like, why do we
wh-
hate why do we hate 2D animation? Like, what's
the
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 problem with 2D
the
animation?
the
It's
pro
just weird.
the
It's a
problem with
strange position.
the problem with modern 2D animation is that studios want their projects out quicker, so that results in like a lazier 2D animation compared to what came before.
Everyone's
Where
thinking it's
they
going
where
to
they
be
Yeah,
like.
like
but like,
shortcuts. I agree that short.
I
I
would
agree.
cite the Demon Slayer movie. Like, that's all 2D animated. That looks fucking
Yeah,
beautiful. So like, I
but
don't know. Like,
that took a really long time to make. That and like other
no, yeah,
studios like
yeah,
here like
I'm agreeing with
won't
you.
do that. Yeah.
To be clear, I'm agreeing with you. I'm just like saying that I think the position because it's shockingly not uncommon, but like that 2D animation is like that's like bad animation. When like I honestly I don't know, man. I can call to
Yeah.
memory many more 2D animated projects that I enjoy over 3D ones.
Yeah,
Is it
I
anime?
agree 2D is I agree 2D is great, but there's like a reason we don't see it as much anymore here in the West at least compared to like 3D animation.
Yeah,
Well, anime
because it
is
takes
2D.
effort. Sorry, go ahead. I keep cutting.
DJ says the true fans say whether or not it's canon or not, and hate to break it to you, but you ain't it. Oh really? How am I not a real fan, DJ? All right, because I don't just accept that Disney I just don't accept all of Disney shit. Is that what makes me a fake fan? Huh?
You're a
What's wrong
fan from
with
a
that?
different.
Yeah, I'm a fake fan for hating Disney, which is what every sensible person in their mind does.
Since the dinosaurs roamed the earth.
What?
You're a fan since the dinosaurs roamed the earth.
No.
Cretaceous
Okay.
maxing.
Oh, hang on, guys. SK just responded. Sorry I had a late start. Wasn't feeling too well earlier, so I had to sleep a bit more. Oh
Oh, wait,
my
that was
god.
SK. That's SK saying this.
Yeah, SK had to take a nap.
Okay,
Fucking
well,
loser.
at least we can talk about Superman now.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good for today. Give me a bit. All right, he's showing up soon.
All right, that's
Also,
good. That we don't have to end the stream, and this wasn't a waste of time.
Yeah,
I want to know
casual.
what made you think I'm stalking you.
Because
Hey,
you just coincidentally showed up on a stream I was on.
he didn't say he was stalking you. He said you were gang stalking him. Get it right, Zuma fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting sucking.
DJ says, hang on. DJ says, by not enjoying the stories as they are, whether or not they are canon or not. It's like, okay, DJ, if they're not canon, why should I bother with them then? All
Well,
right, you
also, I
can't
don't
just.
know that.
Go ahead,
Sorry, I was
Jan.
gonna say I don't know because like that criteria is kind of ridiculous. Surely, like I don't know that being a fan of something is predicated upon you enjoying every single thing, whether it's canon or not. Like I would call
Yeah.
myself a fan of Star Wars. I think there's two good movies of the lot. So like it's not.
Hmm.
It doesn't work like that. I don't know why we're like. But there's more to being a
Also,
fan than just enjoying everything.
yeah.
Yeah. Remember, guys, it's Kino's fault for this delay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I made SK take a nap.
Yeah.
He
Casual
casted.
Chris said,
It was
Casual Chris says, I wanted to feel like a parallel universe of the films. Realistic animation with motion capture makes it feel like it's an extension of the films. You could still have it be an extension of the. It's like, okay, so I guess Clone Wars, like Gandhi Tartakovsky. I guess that's not an extension of the films, even though it's supposed to lead into Revenge of the Sith.
Well, I
Like
mean, the
you
thing
can
is,
have.
go on,
Go
go
ahead,
on.
Jan.
You go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, he's appealing to something completely intangible. Like, I don't know how you can definitively prove. Like, I can't disprove the fact that it seems like 3D and mocap makes him feel like he's more immersed. I just think that that's a weird bias against like an entire like medium of animation. Like whatever.
Yeah, plus you could
Also,
still have you could still do realistic art styles in 2D. I don't know why Casual Chris thinks everything has to be like cartoony or whatever the hell.
or why not just have multiple different animation styles depending on the story you want to tell? I mean, Star Wars
Make
Visions, regardless of how you feel about that, has
oh
two different
oh
animations.
yeah, just so they can grift off of anime fans. Make it feel more real. Oh, hang on, make it feel more. I don't know. You're sorry, Curious. I don't get it. DJ says because they are good stories, regardless if they are in the continuity. The trios of horror stories from The Simpsons are a good example, as well as Visions, even if it's under Disney. It's like,
Wait,
Jan, I'll let you
wait,
have this one.
Simpsons is a horrible example. That's an episodic TV show that doesn't really have a through line outside of
Yeah.
like very niche specific episodes. I don't
Like
know why we would refer to The Simpsons.
yeah,
That's a
sometimes
horrific example.
sometimes a character dies, but that's only because they either get written out or like the real life actor dies.
Yeah, yeah. There's not a Simpsons canon really. If
But
like
there
what he's
was
saying is you're not if you don't enjoy good things, I I guess sure. I don't know, but like the whatever like I don't think saying wholesale I don't like anything Disney is making you not a fan. That just means like you don't approve of Disney's handling of the IP, which I think is a fair position. I think it deprives you of good things like Andor, but that doesn't make you not a fan. To be clear, I'm not saying that I don't entirely condone Backseater's four pillars of what a true fan is, because I think that the semantic argument of what actually is a fan is kind of silly. But yeah, I don't think that these are very good arguments against someone being a fan either. So
And Casual Chris says Old Republic trailers animation is better than micro series animation, which feels more real, you fucks. It's like okay, so what? It's like you can still have something feel real in 2D. Also, stories like the Mall comic, Mall Lockdown, the Republic comics, and Jango Fett open seasons would benefit from my superior animation. Oh, really? You're an animator, Casual Chris? Okay.
We need an
How do you
arcane.
determine something? Go ahead. You go.
You need an arcane style TV show in Star Wars. Like animation wise.
Nah, I hate the animation in that.
Really?
Yeah,
That's surprising.
it's just straight into the uncanny valley. It's just a waste of potential. Yeah, it's a waste of potential. It's also way too I'd say that shit's more expensive than the 2D animation.
Well, Arcane's animation for sure. I would just say I think it looks good, but yeah, it's definitely more expensive to do that one.
Well,
We're
no,
talking.
even the Old Republic game trailers, that shit would be expensive. Like, I'm talking about adapting like damn near every EU story, and if I'm doing that for that, well, the cost is gonna fucking mount high. Like, Disney has a lot of money, but they're not gonna shell out that much money just for that shit. Hang on, Casual Chris says, definitely my fan series concept is heavily inspired by Gendy's Clone Wars. Not 100% finished, but still a lot better than what Backseater has. Oh yeah, DJ, what's your premise? Is it more
Backseater.
fucking gay? Is it more fucking gay werewolves doing bounty hunter bullshit in space? I've seen your DeviantArt account and it sucks. Well, it's true. It's
What if they
true.
wait?
He
What if they
has
were straight
receipts.
werewolves? Would that be better?
Do you have receipts to the DeviantArt account?
Yeah, I'll look. Yeah, I'll look up the fucking DeviantArt right now. Hang on. What's his name? DJ.
Yes. What if
Imagine
they were
DJ.
heterosexual werewolves? Would that be better?
No, I mean, even then, this is a hill I will die on. It's like there's really no reason to have fucking Star Wars stories starring non-human protagonists. Hang on, Kino, I
What?
found his friggin' thing here. Hang
All
on.
right, we don't need to show. We don't need to show it.
All right, there's your link for it. Well, there's the link if you want to check it out anyway.
Okay.
But yeah,
I do.
I'm looking at it, and it's more fucking furry shit. It's like, hey, here's Kung Fu Panda fan art. Here's a young Cathar on Lothal. Lothal, oh shit, that's a fucking Disney planet right there. That's no good. Oh, look at this. A young Shistavinan and Coruscant card. You didn't even spell Coruscant right, you dipshit. Ace the Bat Hound redraw. It's just Batman and some emo furry fuck. Crypto the Superdog redraw. Again, it's just fucking Superman as a furry, and I guess it's Jimmy as a furry. Oh, hey,
Yo,
look, gay furry sex.
how big is their Johnsons, bro?
I don't know. I don't care.
Like 16 feet.
The Shistavinan and the Cathar look completely the same, even though they're supposed to be different species.
Sounds like
Oh
all
my
that's
god.
left. Sounds like all that's left are just like 20,000 page fan fiction works to accompany it.
I think he does actually have. I thought he had some pros, but I don't see it anywhere.
I find out what's on there.
Hang on. Yeah, DJ, you're out here saying that you want to be that you want to write fucking stars, but you can't even spell Coruscant correctly. Hang on, the Casual Chris, seeing Revan in 2D would make me kill myself. Fucking waste. He's still Revan. He just looks different because of the art style shift. I get him close as I can, as close as the artists can, but it's still gonna be Revan, my guy. Ugh. And besides, DJ, you don't even know what my concept is. DJ, well, it's a fan series made with love and passion for Star Wars, whether it be Disney or not. Congrats, DJ. Your series sucks. Just because it's a fan work doesn't mean it's exempt from criticism. Hey, DJ, you ever heard of the fanfiction parallel realities? Literally one of the worst things I've ever read. Worse than My Immortal, and yet it being a fan work isn't stopping me from criticizing it.
It's worse than
Misspelling
that.
this.
Yeah.
What?
Real quick, SK just DM'd me. I'm not letting you host this for very obvious reasons. I'm moving on from the drama. You should as well. I mean, I did too. Like, it was requested of me to like accompany, uh, to join Backseater on this debate. Like, I thought I'd moderate, but apparently doesn't want to do it.
What?
I,
You don't want to?
I think
Damn.
he wants you to do it on his stream. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, it's not just gonna it's not gonna be a moderated debate. It's just gonna be him talking like him and his co-host talking like at you and just pretty much you by yourself. But
Mm,
yeah,
you can do what you want.
uh,
I was
mm.
like I wasn't gonna take any side. Like again, I was going to be as objective as possible, just moderate, just prevent it from like going out of control. But apparently he doesn't want to do that. Apparently he doesn't want to come on, so I can't control that. Sorry.
well, I
All
wouldn't.
right, I'll have to think about that.
Well, I would just say. I mean, I do. I will say that it is a little bit cowardly, uh, in a way, because if you just don't want to debate with someone, you could just say it. Trust me, people will understand. No one wants to talk to this guy.
Hmm.
All right. Well, I'll talk to him. I'll talk. All right. Well, I'll schedule something with him later. I might take him up on the offer actually, because I've never been one to back down from a challenge. But anyway,
Yep.
oh,
Yeah. Again, do what you want.
let me finish up here. Misspelling the city. Up. We lost someone. Okay, we
I think it
lost
was Jan.
Jan. Yeah, we
Yeah, it's
lost
fine.
Jan. Okay, anyway. Misspelling the city plan of the Republic democracy is a crime punishable by death. I know because the Senate told me. Good one, Saber's Edge. Absolute small-minded imbeciles that can't handle making Plagueis feel connected as best as possible to the PT because they want children gay porn animation. What? Are they talking about the Acolyte? I don't get it. Casual Chris says, nobody said that they wouldn't be connected. I want it to feel as real as possible because of how great these stories are and how great they're connected to the films. You can still get that in 2D. It's I'll tell Casual Chris. I'll tell you what. It won't be Gendy's art style for Plagueis because I'm not a fan of how Gendy draws the Munes. I'll give you that at least.
Here's the thing, right? Is that you can these people can rest easy knowing that Backseater will never have power to make anything Star Wars. So there's no
You
point even
say that
comparing.
you say that, but just wait. You never know.
Yeah.
You think your friend is gonna help you?
Yeah. Evan's got connections. Evan literally has so many friends in Hollywood. We'd have to list off all the people he isn't friends with in Hollywood.
Friend who's been
Hmm.
giving me hundreds of dollars to work with him to help make his movie.
Well, not my movie. I'd be more concerned with making books, comics, games, and whatnot
Like
than movies.
scripts,
I
stuff to
wouldn't even.
adapt.
I wouldn't even. I would not make movies because I'm a firm believer that movies is George's wheelhouse. That's his stuff. So no more movies, and it's all just going to be animated adaptations of the stories. Anyway. DJ says connections to who? Your ass? No, connections to Evan's buddies in Hollywood. DJ says, look at my tweets and you'll look at his tweets and you'll see. Yeah, I know I tweeted everything. It's all a bunch of troll tweets. DJ says, like your fan work will do any better. At least mine is a standalone. Yours is just a rehash and a convoluted mess. DJ, if your story's a standalone, what is the fucking purpose of it? Because, Kino, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but I got into a debate with DJ before he blocked me like a little bitch. But basically, I'm the guy of the opinion where standalone stories are frankly pointless if they're not going to build to anything later. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
That's a dumb.
But
Because sorry, go ahead.
sorry, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Well, basically, because Star Wars is very serialized. It's a very serialized franchise where it doesn't really have room for standalone stories. It's basically it's one big plot that's continuously moving forward. And yet, DJ, the offer, I don't know if Kino will offer it because this is his stream and his server, but I'm still open to debating with you over voice chat. You're still welcome to, even on my streams, which is still going to happen today after this. You're welcome to join me there, and we can talk shit out there. No, DJ. Okay, DJ, you can still have. Okay, DJ says the purpose is to have a fun time in the Star Wars universe without feeling pressure to the larger narrative. DJ, you can still have fun in the larger universe. It's just that if your story isn't going to contribute to anything, what's the point of it happening? You know
Why
what I'm
does it need
saying,
to
Kino?
contribute
What's
to
up?
the larger overarching plot?
If it doesn't contribute to the plot, it's pointless. If it's just a story that can just be wrapped up in one installment, it's pointless.
What else with a
Uh,
greater scheme?
I mean, like I appreciate episodic storytelling, like Cowboy Bebop, the anime series. That's an example of episodic storytelling. I enjoy that. But yeah, it all largely depends on what the author is going for. So you can't just like
I,
have like you can't approach it with like just a narrow view. But
okay, well,
yeah,
I'll be at least this generous. Yes, like Kino said, it depends on what the author's going for, and I would also say it depends on it depends on the franchise. Star Wars isn't really an episodic franchise. And even then, DJ, even if you're insistent that you want your stories to be standalone, even the standalone ones still need to tie into the larger plot somehow, or else it's filler.
all right. So
Send
So
me
what's
the
your
DJ wants to debate.
All right, send him the link, Kino. I'm game.
All right.
day? Is that what you just said? Or no, you said your game. Sorry, misheard that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like we might as well do this since SK chickened out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't just say I don't want to talk to this lizard, but
Yeah. Yeah, and again, like you can do what you want, Backseater. Like you can go onto his own channel, like to debate. But again, like I would say just highly recommend having a third party. Because if you go on his stream, like they're probably gonna dogpile you. Like at least
All
here,
right.
yeah, at least here there's like a
He also
moderator, like a third
he
party.
also he also said that that like he's willing to do it on my server, so there's probably that.
Oh yeah, yeah, then do that.
All right. All right. All right, let me see here.
Yeah, I offered an invite to DJ. Just waiting for
you
him
gotta have
to
to
send a friend request.
for you to go for it.
Let's see. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Just waiting for
Also, I
him
wouldn't
to send it.
like being off something and referencing it. Like, what's the difference? Ugh.
No, that's,
Also, I really enjoyed your video on Anthony. The one you really
Yeah, guy's a piece of shit.
Oh, thank you both very much. Yeah, maybe one of these days I can organize a debate between Backseater and Anthony. That'd be
Yeah.
interesting.
oh
Okay, so Kino, SK said he's willing to do it on my server in 2.5 hours from now, which is usually when I go live. So, Kino, do you want to hop into my server and moderate there?
Yeah, I could do that. Like if it's hosted on your
Alright.
if it's hosted on your channel, I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, it'll be hosted on my channel, yeah. Is DJ joining or what?
Uh, I'm waiting for him to send a friend request.
Alright, DJ, yeah, is DJ still in the chat? Yeah, DJ, we're still waiting for ya. Hang on, guys, I'll be right back. I gotta get a lemonade.
Yeah. Oh wait, he's here.
The dude complains so much. Like, oh, people take. I believe it was in the latest video where he's like, "Oh well, the guy's taking a long time. Like he's not just getting straight to the point." You know what I mean? I feel like Anthony has always done that. The dude talks for so fucking long, so slow, and he tries to use like big words to sound like really fancy and really smart. And I'm just like, can you just get to the point of what you're trying to say? Because a topic that should take like 10 minutes is taking you 45 minutes to say. So
Yeah, that was like the most annoying thing about him in the latest
Oh,
video.
here he is.
Yeah, that was the most annoying thing about him in the video I was responding to. Like he complained about about Literature Devil taking too long to get to the point of responding to him when he has complete control over editing. Like he could respond to what he wants, but he chooses to make it longer for some reason. But that's
You
unrelated.
gotta get that ad money.
Yeah, DJ, you are here. Do you have like a profile picture like you could show in the chat?
Yeah, hang on. Casual Chris says, put the Old Republic trailers and tell me if you want that or overrated Attack on Titan series. No, I mean
So, can you
animation.
hear me? Or
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can hear you.
DJ, we can hear ya.
Yeah, DJ, do you think you could post your profile picture in the chat so we can have like a visual aid for you?
I don't know. I guess I could try.
Yeah, okay. Just to make it like less confusing on who's speaking.
I just noticed that it was Doctor Who as his profile pic. That's cool.
Hmm.
So, do you want to use that then, or
Yeah, but do you think you can post your profile picture in the general real quick? Yeah, so I can put it in
okay? Just hang on.
yeah, yeah.
Just hang on 1 sec.
Also, I don't really like Anthony's whole attitude where he kind of summed up his video on Baller just being like, I think objective like criticism is a good thing, but also he just doesn't like his attitude, which is quite interesting because I don't really think Anthony has a good attitude towards a lot of other people.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Like I would say his biggest flaw as a critic is like refusing to acknowledge that someone can have a point even if he largely disagrees with them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he likes to say that like all wing grifters. Like I don't want to like accuse him of being a grifter. I think that that's kind of foolish because I think we have like different definitions as to what a grifter is. But I do think he's like politically, I'm pretty sure he allows his politics to like dictate how he feels about certain people or certain topics.
Oh,
Hmm.
yes, he does.
All right, just sent that there now.
All right. Yeah, you guys can get to talking now while I set it up.
All right, so basically, DJ, like, what's your beef with me?
Well, I mean, like the recent evidence that you threatened that you said tweets about how you wished that the actress playing the young Layla in Obi-Wan should be quote raped for being
No,
in that
no.
film.
First of all, I get what you're saying. First of all, I get what you're referencing. That's not what I said. Well, first of all, that tweet you're referencing was a joke. Okay, it was a joke
How is it a
tweet that
joke?
Yeah,
it's supposed to rile you up, which it did, and mission accomplished in that regard.
yeah.
Well, in my opinion, it's not really a good joke if that's the only purpose there.
Okay, so what? It's still what? I got a laugh out of it.
Okay,
We got a response, but it wasn't a laugh.
yeah. Well,
No one was saying, "Oh my god, this is so freaking dark. It's so funny." Like you didn't get
Yeah.
that. Like all you got was
well,
people complaining about how you said it, and how how much deranged you actually sound like.
yeah. Okay, like just real quick. I don't mean to insert myself, but you guys can talk about what you
No,
want.
no problem.
But please keep in mind, like, I don't want the stream to take it down. So, try to self censor a little bit, like, over stuff that could potentially get taken down by YouTube. Like it
Is
because
that
it would be outside of my
certain
control.
words or?
Yeah, just like self censor, like instead of saying the art, yeah, like say great, for instance, like
Yeah, okay, I could
yeah.
say grape instead. That's pretty much gives pretty much the same thing, pretty much.
Yeah. Also, just like no, not saying that you would say this, but like also like no slurs, no like stuff like that. I think
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
that's fine.
I think retard is fine though, so go nuts with that.
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
Okay, fair.
Huh.
Okay, so all right, so what's your problem again?
We just talked over it.
Okay, well, all right, well, still, it's like seriously, like you cannot look at that tweet, which is obviously hyperbolic and exaggerated as shit. That you cannot look at that and say like, oh yeah, that's honestly what that guy thinks. Like you just can't. It's so over the top.
Well, even still, though, it's still awful to read. Like,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. That's why I said it. I said it because it's awful, and I wanted to upset you people.
well, you seem to be doing a crappy job at it. Like, because it just seems
It
kind of
worked.
petty.
It
Like,
worked, didn't it? It worked, didn't it?
yeah,
Okay, okay.
well, I guess so. But like, that's honestly like a sad way to get attention, really.
It worked, didn't it?
Yeah,
If
but I'm
I
just saying though, it's
yeah,
pretty pathetic. Like,
if I could insert myself here real quick. So, like, DJ, your point isn't even necessarily that Backseater was condoning or like seriously advocating for what he said in those tweets. It's just that it was tone deaf. It was like a poor attempt at a joke, and like those comments make him look bad.
well,
But
even still, he he did a recent tweet recently that he said that he posted a pic on he reposted a tweet on Twitter where he said where there was this girl dressed up as one of her favorite characters from the sequel trilogy, and he said that he hopes that she gets bullied like Jake Lloyd did.
Jake Lloyd,
Yeah, Jake Lloyd, the guy who
uh,
played young Anakin in Episode One.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, and anyone who knows me knows that that's also like hyperbolic as all hell because I'm one of the guys who always asserts that Star Wars fans did not bully Jake Lloyd. So the fact that I would
So
say
how do you
that
know then? How do you know they
that
didn't
is the
bully Jake Lloyd?
that is a tell. That is the tell that like, oh yeah, this what this guy's saying is obviously like, like
Well, I
fake.
mean, if you had the brain capacity, at least look at what they're saying, and make up your own evaluations, which I'm guessing that you don't think it's true.
Sorry, what?
Also, but when you say that, like, oh, I hope this girl gets bullied like Jake Lloyd, it doesn't matter because the bullying that happened towards Jake Lloyd, sure, people were saying that it was a Star Wars fandom that was doing it, but even if it wasn't, the very fact that you want a child to be bullied for the simple fact that she dresses as a character you personally don't like is the problem.
Yeah,
Obviously,
exactly. Yeah.
no. Well, obviously, well, I mean, she deserves to be made fun of, yeah, but bullied, no.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't actually. Like, she deserves to, like, like she deserves to like just dress whatever she wants, like without people like you giving her
Cool.
shit for like. Excuse
Cool.
me for my language
No,
there.
no. I get to give people. I can give people shit over literally anything, and how this is the internet. People will give people shit over literally anything.
But still doesn't
Okay.
make it right though.
Okay, sheriff. What are you, the internet police or something?
No,
Also,
I'm
you
just
did
someone who has decent empathy for those.
I do not.
Like,
I
if
am
it's
not
an adult, like
obligated. I am not obligated. I am not
could you just
obligated.
let me
I
speak for
am
just
not. I am
one
not
second, Todd?
obligated.
Could you just let me speak?
We're all talking over each other. Just one at a time.
Yeah.
So
Do you
DJ
mind if you
first.
let me speak just for a
Yeah,
second?
DJ
I'll
first.
let you speak afterwards.
Yeah, DJ first, then Backseater.
All right.
Yeah, that's fine. Like, again, if it was an adult, right, I'd maybe consider letting you off the hook, like, because again, like, an adult could handle themselves, but like not all the time. Like, it's still awful, like, but maybe
Do you
like
honestly think? Sorry.
like if it's but the fact that you did this with a child, like, is just just absolutely insane, like.
Do you
Like,
honestly think
it's
that that little
deplorable,
girl
like.
is gonna see what I said about
Like,
her? Do you honestly
I'm
think that?
not finished it yet, like.
Yeah. Let him finish
Okay,
Backseater.
like this is like a child, like, that's just enjoying what she likes, like, and you're gonna give her crap for liking that. Like, it's okay not to like the sequel trilogy. That's not my argument. Like, the argument is, like, you're forcing your hatred onto these fans, like that just want to enjoy the things that they want to enjoy, like.
Do you think that that little girl is going to see what I said about her?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter though. Like, the fact is,
No,
you
no. Do
said it.
you?
Well,
Yes or no? Yes
let
or
him.
no?
Like it's not the fact that whether she'll see it, like, it's the fact, like, that there might be others, like, that could see it, like, and they might actually bully her, like, and she might have no clue why they're doing this to her, like.
Well, I mean, hey man, as I always say, like hard times build character. So, when she's put through hard times, she'll be like, hey, maybe I shouldn't like these trash ass movies. Maybe I should be a real Star Wars fan. Maybe I should watch George Lucas's 6 movies, read in the EU and whatnot, and not just like the stupid ass Ray bitch. And
Honest to God, like, it's just the
bullying.
saddest thing I've ever
Look,
heard, like, and
look.
like,
I
quite
don't
frankly, like,
condone
you
bullying,
just seem
but it
far
does
removed from
work.
reality, like.
So Backseater, just a clarifying question. Like, you're viewing this from the perspective of of punching someone up, despite that person being a child. Like, you view yourself as a little guy because she was actually in a Star Wars project, and even though she's a child, she's a child actress, right?
Yeah, and even then, I didn't say I want. And first of all, just for clarity's sake, I did not say I wanted to see her get, beaten up and R-worded. I said she could get beaten up and R-worded, and I wouldn't care because she was in a Star Wars project. And again, for the record, complete hyperbole. And if you think that's out of the realm, well, congratulations, you figured out. It was an incredibly off-color comment.
I
Congratulations,
don't
you
agree
pointed
that
out
the
the
tweet,
obvious.
like, that you said. Like, I'll like, obviously I'll self censor it, like, but like, what, like, I'll just show you just how messed up it is, like, given the way.
I understand it's messed up. That's why I said it.
Well, let me read it out anyway.
All right.
Go
For
ahead.
example, the little C word who played the kid Leia in that god awful Kenobi show. I don't remember her name, and I don't care to remember it. She can get raped and sentenced to death for all I care, and I won't lose sleep over it.
Yeah.
And the fact that you called her that word, like, the C word like is just honestly deplorable. Like,
Yeah.
she is
Yeah,
like
it's,
a
Thank you for
child, like,
censoring.
and
yeah,
you
it's
literally
supposed to be
called her that. Like,
deplorable.
Yeah. Well, thank you, DJ, for censoring. At least.
yeah, no, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Well, I hope I did a good job anyway. Like,
No, you're right, Al. But yeah. Backseer, do you think there's like you could have illustrated your point better, in a less hyperbolic way, to
I mean,
convince people more of like your
well,
line of thinking?
I wasn't really trying to convince anyone there. I was just trying to say like something really outrageous and set a bunch of people off.
So you're just trolling.
Yes.
honest to God, it's a sad way to live.
Well,
That's your opinion. I think it's funny as hell.
But
you see, you're
the
trying to build per year, and you're trying to get many subscribers up, and all that kind of stuff. And you want to be this voice in the Star Wars fandom that's trying to bring things back. And the funny thing is, and I said this before to you, is the fact that you don't seem to understand that you literally sound exactly the same telling a joke, trolling, and your actual real criticisms of stuff. Like you
It's
literally sound
worked.
every single time.
It's worked so far. It's gotten me 173 subscribers now.
Has it though?
It has,
Hey,
yes.
this is the pro. You literally don't know that you sound exactly the same every single thing that you say. You sound like you take everything you say seriously, and that these are all your opinions, no matter what it is. So I don't blame
Actually,
people
no.
for.
My
Well,
take on
that's
it is
your
that, like,
fault.
whenever you get confronted, Joey, whenever you get confronted with these things, you always play it off like a joke, like. But in reality, sir, you're just that deplorable. Like, you're
Well,
just
that's your
that.
fault. That's your fault for not recognizing when I'm joking and when I'm being serious.
Well, it's
Well,
your
also,
fault that you can't be at least be more flexible about it.
Flexible how?
Well, I mean, you could use different words, like.
well, sure. Also, why do you have to involve? This is the weird thing. Why do you have to involve so many children?
Yeah,
Because it's
exactly.
Because you
Like,
said
you're
that.
that obsessed over Ant's child as well.
because in my experience, like bringing up the children always sets them off.
Do
So
you think?
hey, it's your fault. It's your fault for falling for it all the time.
No, it just seems pretty creepy, like from like my perspective, like.
What the hell could I possibly do?
Dude, you
Well,
could.
stop talking about it. That's it.
Dude, you
And that,
took a pic. Dude, you literally took a picture of my profile where I had the they them pronouns in it, and you made fun of me for that. You could literally do that.
yeah,
Bring
yeah,
kids.
and look, in my look, I'm the kind of guy where nothing is off limits. If you disagree with that, well, fine, but I am not going to change my style of comedy all because because you don't like the targets I choose.
This though is that
Well,
you're
don't act surprised, like, when people call you out for it, like, and don't
I'm
act
not
like as if
surprised.
you're
I'm
this
not surprised.
misunderstand. You're just this misunderstand person that's trying to be edgy in order to be relevant and thinking like they're like ahead of their times. When in reality, you're just that pathetic of a person, like.
Okay, and
well, Backseater, I think if I could like try to steelman DJ's point here that he's raising to you, like we'll both DJ and Zuma fans' points is that you're trying to accomplish something with your channel, right? And even if you're just view that tweet as trolling, it is giving people an impression of you, like which could potentially affect how people perceive you and thus uh, negatively affect what you're seeking to accomplish on your channel. So, do you think there's something you could have done better, or like you could word yourself better, uh, to get people to look at things from your perspective when it comes to Disney, Star Wars, and stuff
not
like that?
really, because here's the thing. I have always been a very divisive guy in real life. I have tons of people who like me, I have tons of people who hate me, and it's pretty much fruitless to try and make a person, in my opinion, it's pretty much fruitless to try and make a persona on the internet that everyone is gonna like, because I'm always gonna get people who don't like me. So I just play to the fullest, where I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have a lot of people who like me, and I'm also gonna have a lot of people who hate me. So I might as well embrace that aspect about me.
Well,
I've rarely
yes.
seen people who actually like you.
What?
I've rarely seen anyone actually praise for you, except for like the only few small one or two people, like, but that's it, one or two, like.
Well, 100. I
Like
got
I've rarely
173
seen like
subscribers. Is that enough
any
for ya?
slightly bigger channels like just completely like praising you, like just like honest to God, like you're that actually pathetic, like.
Yeah, no, yeah, because the bigger channels don't know about me.
Well, Backseater, let me ask you this. First off, you're right that divisiveness naturally comes with being on the internet. If you're going to be a public figure,
Mhm.
that's just true. Like people are going to hate you, people are going to love you. But do you think that there's something like there's certain attitudes you could perform to prove the people who dislike you right? Like,
I mean,
do,
I don't really think so, because again, in my experience, in my experience where I come from, when people form opinions, they pretty much very locked in those opinions, and it takes a lot to change them. And I feel like that's true for like places all over the world. So at
Hmm.
this point, no one's really gonna change their minds about me. And you know what? Fine.
Yeah, but
So
don't you think that's kind of a well, you want people's minds to change regarding the sequel trilogy, don't you?
yeah.
Yeah, so would you not say that that's like it's a little contradictory because you want you're trying to change people's minds in regards to Disney Star Wars, but at the same time you don't expect people to ever change. Do you think there's
Well,
like
no.
a
Well,
little
no.
bit of a conflict there?
Well, no, because I do because the stuff we're talking about I do on Twitter, and the stuff I actually do where I actually try to change people's minds is on YouTube.
So YouTube and Twitter are just different to you.
Yes.
Okay.
And plus, I'm just a multifaceted guy like that. I like to slip in and out of moods and how I act and whatnot when I go different places.
Well, yeah, I mean, but people can't tell the difference. That's the problem.
Well, that's their fault.
Yeah, you made a
Well, it's
video
more
that.
like a you problem, really.
Well, I brought this up. Remember the video you did on Pon Corell? I brought that very video up, and you're like, oh well, it's a joke. Obviously, I'm not for Pon Corell killing all the clones and killing Luke and Leia, all that kind of stuff. But you
Yeah.
literally say exactly the same in that video as you do on your live streams, on your videos. You sound exactly the same. It's a joke,
And
but I could
yeah.
not.
Uh,
Okay. And
well,
The
well
pro- the
let
pro-
let let Zuma fan finish real quick, Backseater before you respond.
the problem is people can't tell the difference. That's the problem.
that's their fault.
You're
Well, maybe.
switching, like being serious and not being serious, dude. You sound exactly the same. You are the same person on Twitter as you are on YouTube. I can't tell the difference.
That just speaks to my acting ability more than anything.
Well, it's good. Well, you also sound like you're obsessed with child murder. So I mean that doesn't really.
Yeah.
You need that. You need to be like, oh, I'm an edgy jokester here, and I'm a serious YouTube critic here. But when you literally sound exactly the same on literally all platforms, then that's where the problem begins.
Yeah,
And that's your
Yeah,
fault.
like if you don't mind me butting in, like to me, like Joey, you sound like just like every other average like incel, like that just screams like, oh god, Star Wars is shit. And,
Okay,
and like
and
honest to God, like it's just so mind numbingly like brain rot, like, and it's just the main general, like I've actually grown sick and tired of hearing these types of videos, like, and just want to enjoy the things like they want to enjoy and form their own opinions without people like you like essentially say just saying like how shit they are for liking something that they personally enjoy themselves. Like,
Oh,
I'm
because
trying to think.
back in my day, when we found someone actually like enjoying something that was objectively terrible, we legitimately, gave them shit over it.
doesn't make it right though.
I don't care. It's what we did back when I was in school.
Maybe then, but it still wasn't right.
All right, okay, all right. Congrats. Like, I hope you're happy. Us making a whole society where everyone's an emotional weakling. Good.
Well,
Not emotionally weak, just more aware.
if I
I
could just if I could just insert myself in here real quick. DJ and Zuma fan, you're not necessarily saying that that uh Backseater engaging in dark humor is necessarily the issue. It's that to you guys he's fixating on children too much. It's kind of like that one
I just
dark
think
humor.
he's just doing it for attention. Like,
I
I don't
fix
know if he's obsessed with children or not. Like, I mean, I honest to God hope he isn't. Like, because, but
to
I
be
mean, like,
honest.
it just seems like the main reason that he's tweeting all of this, like, is because of of just getting attention. Like, and honestly, like, that's where I feel like is the problem with him. Like, is that he like he always wants attention, like, without actually like being genuine, like, and just resorting to all these like edgy like stale dark jokes with
and to
with no real substance actually.
Yeah,
and to
yeah. Well,
and loop this back around, it's working.
Not really.
It
well,
kind of is.
Backseater, like you would agree to an extent that someone who uses dark humor as a defense for like saying certain things becomes like kind of becomes faulty after a while, right? Like, let's say hypothetically, there's a person who is always calling for the death of a real life person, and when they get called out on it, they just say, "Oh well, I just believe in dark humor." Like, do you think that says something about that person or no? Like, they're just a jokester.
No, because no,
There's nothing
because
to say about it.
because I've made those jokes, and it's obvious as all hell I'm joking. Like, I once upon a time said, "Hey, J.J. Abrams is more evil than Roman Polanski." I've literally said that. Of course, J.J. Abrams isn't more evil than than that guy. Like, come on.
But it still screams attention seeking.
And it's working.
You
Not
have
really.
you have
Well,
100.
what what does working look like to you, Backseater? Like, what effect do you think you're
If
accomplishing?
it gets people upset, and I troll them successfully, mission accomplished.
What's the point of even trolling them in the first place?
Yeah, because they're
Yeah.
just gonna block you anyway.
Okay, good. I mean, considering the fact that I'm pretty much on Twitter to get blocked by people, that's a good thing. And there's always new people coming to Twitter, so that means more people to troll there.
Because I mean, they'll just make posts like saying to stay away from this guy, like, and like not to engage with him at all. Like, so again, it just seems kind of petty, like, and just pathetic.
I mean, well, I don't know what to tell you then, other than like, hey, my plan is working and it hasn't stopped working. And I'll tell you what, I will delete my Twitter account when it stops working.
Well, what does that look like? It stops working. Like, when they don't take the bait, when they don't take the
Yeah,
bait, like they say,
yeah, when
"Oh,
they
ha
don't,
ha."
when they don't take the bait, pretty much, yeah. Or I just literally change up my strategy, and I just genuinely, and when I genuinely try to debate them, and they literally can't counter what I say, and then they block me, because that's already happened so far. I
How
got
would you
2 people
counter
to
it?
block
Like,
me
you
that
just make
way.
up some made up excuse, like, and act as if like you won the argument, when in reality you're just not taking it seriously. Like,
Well, I've taken the arguments that I've gotten into so far on Twitter. I have taken seriously, and I won.
You won.
how does that look like to you winning?
Pretty damn sweet.
Well, what
No,
what
well,
what
how does
what
it look like? What does it? Can you describe it then?
like what
It's
metric
basically
are you
it's
using to say that you
what
won, Backseater? Like what
if
metric?
someone blocks me, I know I've won. Basically,
Well, how do you know that they're not just blocking you because they don't want to deal with your bullshit? Like,
well, that means I've won because if they can't counter my bullshit, that means I've won.
or
Well,
maybe they're
even
just sick
if
of
they,
hearing you, like, and they just want to move on with their lives.
Well, they're probably moving on. They're probably moving on because they can't defeat my arguments.
by the
Or
way,
maybe because they've got better things to do than to argue with an incel
Then
on the internet,
what are they
even
doing
if
on
their mother.
Twitter
Hey,
then? Then what are they doing on Twitter then?
all right, all right.
Oh, getting
See,
pretty heated there.
well, okay, wait. Backseer, before you said, you you said before they didn't like the negative attention, uh, your tweets were bringing you. Like you said that DJ and Zuma
Uh,
fan were like gang stalking you. But what do you
yeah.
think? What do you think is the result of that? Do you think it has to do with the tweets?
Yeah, it means I'm living in their heads rent free.
Not really. I just come here just for the mild
I'm
amusement.
detecting. I'm doubting what you're saying right here, DJ.
also,
Explain how then.
What?
well, also, by the
Explain
way,
how.
The
In your
fact
own
that
words, explain how I am
you
living rent
here
free in your head.
here's a recent example. You blocked me, and when I bragged about it on Twitter, you unblocked me and then quote tweeted that saying, "Yeah, right," or whatever the heck it was you said. And then you blocked me again. I took a snapshot of that and I said, "Bro, like unblocked me and then like unblocked me just to like say that." And then I posted that and you did it a second time. So there you go.
Eh, just doing it for the mild amusement.
Oh
also,
yeah, sure, pal, sure.
Okay, well,
also,
Frankly, I don't give a damn.
well,
Alright, then why do
all right.
you keep responding to me then?
Okay, wait. Zuma fan and DJ, is there anything like Baxier can do to change your minds that he's not the person you think he is, or that he can do something to improve himself in your mind so that he can uh, be on a better track? He can
I mean,
become a
honestly, if he
stronger
just got
like
out
content
a bit
creator.
more, like, and just stopped going on the internet, like, and just actually learning things, like, without any outside influence, just go out, like, and just do whatever, like, and get and actually talk to people, like, rather than the people inside your circle, like that, oh god, what's the word, like that just enable you to say that horrible crap.
So you want him to broaden his horizons and not be in an echo chamber. Like that's your position essentially.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I mean, it's his decision at the end of the day, like, but I'm just saying what I feel could happen.
Okay. And Zuma fan, how about you?
uh, well, well, personally, I just hate the guy, and I don't really care what
Okay.
he does. But if I were to give him advice, I would say, for one, the Twitter stuff, I don't really care because Twitter is disgusting anyways. But at
Yep,
least for
it's pretty much a Nazi website.
sure, I gave him advice on YouTube. It's like the I know you got 175 subscribers or something like that, but you got covered by like all these huge YouTubers. You get brought on multiple live streams like this by different YouTubers, and yet your subscribers only go up like maybe very few, like every couple months or so. And I think you could raise subscribers if you just weren't the type of person that you are. If you explained yourself in a way that wasn't so condescending and hateful, and you actually like try to meet people where they were and try to explain why they were wrong in a way that's not like, oh well, you're just a terrible or a retarded person, then I think you could really go places and really help change people's minds. But you're never going to do that. You got to keep trolling people. You're going to keep being condescending. And the only reason why people would ever subscribe to you is just to see what kind of ridiculous nonsense that you come up with. And I'm friends with some of the people that you're friends with, some of the people that go to your live streams. And when we talk behind the scenes, they say that they don't even like you. The only reason why they even stay around you is simply because they like to clip the outrage stuff that you're going through. Like they like to make gifs of you like beating the crap out of a pillow or something like that. So they don't actually like you. But you could actually be a good person in this whole debate Star Wars sphere if you just weren't the type of person you are right now.
Okay, so yeah,
Yeah,
like
I agree as well.
okay,
Like eventually when you grow older, like and if you and you still make videos like about Star Wars and just acting like the way you are now, like just like as soon as you reach older, like you're gonna realize like that you've just wasted your damn life over this petty nonsense, like and you're gonna regret it like as soon as you grow older. Like that's just my take on it. Like
yeah. So Backseater, I know Zuma fan said that he hated you, but he also offered you some praise. Like he said that you could have more of a presence in the Star Wars like debate or like lore side of YouTube, and I believe that. Like I believe that. Like I don't think anyone here is denying your knowledge on the expanded universe. But would you like to offer like an olive branch of sorts? Would you say that? Would you agree with Zuma fan that if it's better for fans to have their minds changed and like agree with you than simply just agree with them and like making fun of you or just like saying that whatever they say about you when they address you.
Uh, I don't really care. So I mean, like, what? It's just whatever. Look,
Okay.
all I know for fact is that the internet is for assholes, pretty much, and I like being an asshole. So, yeah, and at the end of the and like to go off what DJ said, it's like you're gonna grow old and you're gonna regret it. I'm gonna grow old and I'm gonna be all like, you know what, that was worth it because I had an ass load of laughs.
Hmm. Okay. Well, yeah, I think that like Baxier gave his position. Like he simply doesn't care. So DJ and Zuma fan, do either of you have any like closing thoughts? Because I think like the stream has reached like its conclusion, unless you guys feel otherwise.
I mean, honestly, like I expected like what he said. Like, I mean, honestly, he just said what I expected him to say. Like, he's not going to take any responsibility like for what he's saying. Like, and it's just
His
like honest to
land.
God, like he's just that pathetic of a person.
Let me
Like, and
DJ. Let me ask
Well,
you: has
no, no,
anyone got?
let me speak first. Let me
yeah,
speak
let
first.
him finish. Let
Like,
him
you had your
finish.
turn. Now it's my turn. So like honest to God, like like I couldn't really care less about him, and in a week or so, I'd probably forgot about him. So
Hmm.
yeah, like that's just my thoughts. Like I don't know if I
Okay.
said that right to anyone in the stream, but I hope some of you got it.
All right. And Zuma fan, how about you?
Well, I would say, for one, I'm not stalking him. I would rather be doing anything else than being around the guy. The last time I was like in one of his live streams, man, that was like 2 months ago or something like that. I can't even remember, but I'm not stalking the guy. I don't really care. As I said, I gave him advice to be a better YouTuber. But I know he's never going to take it. He said as much. He's said it multiple times. So honestly, I don't really care what he does.
Okay.
Same.
But I will say I did enjoy the stream to a certain extent, even though I was just here to like buy time for SK to show up. But perhaps
Yeah.
we could. I would love to like show up and do more live streams, stuff like that. But
Okay.
if
Yeah.
not, that's
Yeah. Like I in the future, I would like to do like more like viewer where I interact more with viewers and get their takeaways on certain topics. Yeah, that
yeah.
sounds like a good idea. But speaking of like viewer interactions, maybe we can have like a brief Q&A with those in the chat if any are willing before we sign off.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So yeah, anyone in the chat, if you'd like to ask any of the like me or any of the panel guests, any questions, like feel free.
Also, give money, please.
Well, do you have like a plug or like a channel or anything you like either of you two would like to promote?
I'm just looking at the mark of octopus here, saying DJ, please don't cry. What is that? Like, what does that mean? Like, did I sound like I was crying or?
You
They were.
sound like you say like too much.
Yeah, I wasn't asking you, Joey.
Well, that does
It-
appear. That does appear to be what he's saying. But I also saw like a lot of people like speculating like what your like national origin is.
I
Like
mean,
saying
it's
that you're
probably just
Irish or
just
British.
probably just because I have a cold.
Yeah, that
So
could be it.
maybe that's why I kind of sound like I'm. So.
Yeah, that could be it.
And of course, that make you laugh.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm seeing like a lot of people mixed, like a mix of like comments supporting Backseater and like a mix of comments supporting Zuma fan DJ.
Yeah, look at all these EU
Oh, I'm just
shill.
looking at casual Chris one here. DJ favorite doctor and thoughts on the eye test. What's the eye test? Sorry,
Oh, latest
the
Doctor
latest
Who.
season.
Yeah.
I mean, I did see where it was coming from, but I just feel like that it's just that it just the writing aspect I feel like just failed it. Like, I mean, Gatwa was just brilliant as the Doctor. Like, I just felt like the writing just failed him. Like, just the same with Whitaker. Like,
So what
I
would
don't
you
watch
say?
Doctor.
So what would you say was the last good Doctor Who season? Peter Capaldi, Matt Smith,
I'd
David
say
Tennant.
almost Capaldi's like the season 10. Like, I thought that was just, I thought that was, yeah, like it was. Like I thought like that was just like brilliant Doctor Who. Like I just think like Capaldi was just brilliant. Like even though he wasn't my favorite, he's not my favorite Doctor Who. Like I think he completely like understands Doctor Who. Like and especially like at the end of the Christmas special from 2017, like in like at the very end when he's regenerating, like that speech was just brilliant. Like that is actually my favorite regeneration scene like in all of Doctor Who. Like
Mm.
and that's from someone who's a Matt Smith fan. Like that is just like I just think like that was just brilliant acting from Capaldi. Like and it was just so good. Like
Okay. Question for Kino. The owned it says in the chat. Question for Kino. Give me the zuck. That's not a question. That's a statement. Get out of here.
can I just interrupt that? Duhound says, is DJ Irish? Yep, born and raised.
Yep. Yeah.
Yes,
He's
DJ, I got a question for you. So DJ, so the
Yeah,
story loop
I'm
is that.
not interested in answering you, Joey. So yeah,
Oh,
no,
I see how it
this
is.
is for
Okay,
the
it's the
audience.
Q.
So yeah,
Okay, I see. All right, got it.
you too high and
yeah,
mighty for the now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
apparently.
the Q&A portion.
yeah.
Question. Yeah. There's a question for you, DJ, in the
Only
chat.
commentators, not only the viewers can like. I can answer only the viewer comments, not the people talking.
Still a question.
Yeah, still.
Well, right chat, dude. Write it in
You don't
chat, and then he
even
can.
you don't even know what question I'm gonna ask you.
And I don't want to hear it because I know it's just going to be stupid anyway.
Well, DJ, there is a question for you in the chat if you want to answer that.
Oh well, what's the question?
Oh, question for DJ. Do you think Disney Star Wars sequels are good movies?
I mean, I wouldn't say like they're perfect. Like I thought like I could get why people say like The Force Awakens was a rehash of A New Hope, but like I can understand like because I could be okay with that like because it had been years since we got a Star Wars film like so I wouldn't mind that. I think The Last Jedi, while flawed, like I think was just a great film like and like I felt like if Ryan Johnson got his own trilogy like I felt
Hmm.
he could do wonders with that like The Rise of Skywalker just completely lost it for me like I just think like they fondled up on that like.
Okay.
So I guess you have the same, like opinions every other sequel trilogy fan, basically.
All right. Kino, how long have you been doing YouTube? About more than a year at least, because I did an anniversary stream last month, I think. Let's see, or like a few months ago, maybe.
Let me
Let's
ask you
see.
this, DJ. DJ, you're positive that my question is going to be terrible.
Eh, yeah,
How do
pretty
you
much.
how do you know? Do you know what I was even going to ask you?
I mean, judging by your past tweets and the way you've reacted to my questions on your stream, I'm pretty 100% sure that it's just not worth listening.
Okay. Do you know what I was specifically going to ask you?
Not really, but I
So
can
how do you
have a
know I was
feeling that
gonna?
it's
So
just
how do
going
you
to
know
be
I was gonna
stupid
ask you a
anyway.
stupid
So
question?
yeah,
How do you know?
I
Yeah.
just can't be bothered really.
All right,
I
guys,
see.
guys. It's not being productive. Let's just move on.
Yeah, Joey, stop being productive. Be a good boy and listen.
All right. To own backseater, do you prefer jobless Joey or fat seater? That's more of an
Either
insult, but
or.
you don't have to. You don't. Yeah. Okay.
Either
Yeah.
or.
Either or.
Either or.
Yeah. Callisto. Hey, Kino, saw your most recent video. You cooked him. Thank you very much. Callisto is a great YouTuber. Like his video on John Walker is excellent. I highly recommend it. DJ, what's your favorite movie trilogy?
Oh, that was a difficult one. Oh, really? I like all different. Oh yeah, no, I got one. It's the Guardians of the Galaxy films. I just think like they're just like the perfect trilogy. Like I especially love Rocket. Like Rocket is my favorite character. Like he's just like
Mm,
honestly, he's just that well written. Like just absolutely brilliant. Like I just love those films.
yeah.
Like I feel like that they're kind of like they're almost like the black sheep of the MCU in a way, but like they're definitely worth watching. Like I just think like they definitely tackle like a lot of like I just think like they're just great films. Like I just love those films.
Yeah, I like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let's
that's not
see.
the best trilogy is the Lord of the Rings trilogy. If we're looking at just all three films and their
True.
quality, top
True.
it's not like favorite like films ever. I mean, they're close, but there's some
I
films
also
I put.
see that Joey is finding the time to type on the comment section and asking the chat to about what he think about questions about like my fan series and my opinions on standalone stories and all that.
Well, he did find a loophole to your
Uh,
criteria.
Yeah. Now you have to
Eh,
answer them now.
I
eh,
told them
eh.
Yeah, and Friendly Dark Race just asked you. So, DJ, why do you think standalone stories are better than serialized ones?
Well, I mean, like, I just think like the audience, like a newcomer could go into it like and get a feeling for Star Wars, like, and they just think, and they might get into like the bigger context of Star Wars then.
Well, can't they do that with the other stories then? Like the ones that came before and were published first?
Well, it get convoluted, like
How,
so
okay,
like they
how,
just like it's better to introduce like someone to a standalone story rather than bombarding them with like countless information, like and just 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 like just like just confusing really like.
okay, so, all right, and I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, it's confusing when you jump into book 56 of of a 100 book series. Yeah, but that's why you start at the earlier books, right? Why can't they just start at the earlier books? Why do we have to keep making standalone books just for the sake of
because
getting new people on board?
no one can keep track of like the different characters, like
Yes, they
no one can
can.
keep
I
track
mean,
of the different characters that are intertwined with each other. Like Marvel is a good example of this. Like with Disney Plus, like when they started having their series, like most of their shows like became and their movies became too interconnected with each other. Like that, it was just confusing the audience members. Like
Okay, well that's okay. Well, I know that's their fault for not keeping up. If they look,
Yeah, and what makes
why?
you think like it won't be your fault as well? What
I
makes you
mean,
think you could do any better than what Marvel does?
because I can supply a watch, I can supply a reading order for all the people. I can.
Well, it doesn't matter a reading order, like chances are like the average audience like won't give like that amount of time to focus on something like even if like that story was bad, like they'd still have to watch it
Okay, so all right,
like
even sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Well, even then, dude, it's just going to naturally build. It's just, all right, look, it's the continuity is just naturally going to build up naturally. You can't
What makes you say
stop
that?
it. Okay, well,
How do
even
you know that then?
Well,
I
let
know,
him
hang on.
finish, DJ. Let him finish.
Okay,
Yeah,
either way,
okay.
it's like the story is going to build naturally anyway, and making standalone stories is pointless because they just amount to being filler. Okay, it's like, and we don't need to keep making jumping on points for new people, because when they can very clearly just like go and read things forward, basically.
Well, how do you know like the that like when they read a standalone story, they might have little references to like other past mediums, like, but they can still enjoy them as their own thing, like, and
Well, they're
then later on down the line, they could look it up on their and they could watch that thing that the thing was referencing in the standalone thing, and then go into that then.
they're not gonna know the references if they read the books out of order.
Well, I mean, they could look it up, sure. and then they can
Okay,
and then they can like they look up like review videos like and analysis videos like and like they have a YouTuber explaining that to them like in
well,
a like in a fun way like heavy
why would they
spoilers and
even
stuff
need
like
why
that
would they
like and then
even
they
need
can
a
watch it then
Okay,
for
okay. You guys are talking
themselves
over
like.
each other. DJ,
why
do you
would
think you can repeat your point? Because you guys were talking over a bit.
sorry.
Me.
Yeah, you. Because you guys were talking over each other for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Like I was saying, like they can look it up like online on the internet. Like they can look like at analysis videos, like heavy spoilers and other YouTube channels like that can explain like a certain reference to that piece of Star Wars media, and then and then they could and then like they could give it a chance to watch it for themselves, like on their own terms and not
Why
feel
would
like and not feel like they have to dedicate like themselves unnecessarily.
why would they even need to like do that when they could just go back and read it for themselves? Okay, look, me and John, we basically like already talked with you about this, where it's like they're basically cheating themselves out of actually experiencing the story for themselves. It's like they basically so you're basically saying that people should just cheat their way up to the present instead of working their way through the series and actually like
Oh, what makes it,
experiencing the books for
what's in your
themselves.
eyes a true Star Wars fan?
What?
What's 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 your idea of a true Star Wars fan in your eyes?
Someone who actually reads all the material and keeps up with it.
Yeah, but like they're made aware of it, like that doesn't mean like they have to dedicate themselves to read it, like.
They kind of have to, since Star Wars is mainly a literary franchise, if anything.
Literary, really?
Yeah, it started as a movie franchise, but most of the content are in books, comics, and short stories.
Like even if they read the bad ones, like.
Yes. Yes,
Well, I mean
even yeah.
that's just I just think that's unfair to the newer and average fan.
Well, the newer fans can still go back and read the books. Like I
Well,
don't know
not really, like.
what do you mean not really?
Like I mean, most of the stuff from Legends aren't really available. Like,
Expanded universe, and yes, there is available. I was literally down in Texas and I bought over $200 worth of books.
You just could be, you just could be like getting them just because like they're called, just because like you're not actually interested. You're not just buying them because you're actually interested in reading them. Like you're just buying them just because they're popular.
I literally just finished reading Splinters of the Mind's Eye, and I'm currently working on a review for it.
Mm.
So, and even then, I grew up reading most of them, and I want to reread them again. It's like, who the
Yeah.
heck are you to say like, oh, you're just collecting them just cause? And
Mm.
exactly, like
I mean,
it's like
given the
Friendly
track
Dark.
record, like I just
It
assumed.
basically what I'm getting at, what you're trying to say is that you're basically saying we should just make things super easier for the casuals when all the casuals do is just dilute the fan base.
How do they dilute it then?
They dilute the fan base by making everything too overly simplistic.
Well, how do you know? Well, how do you know they make it over simplistic? Like
Because
Andor,
because
like
because
Andor,
you're
like was just I just think it's a brilliant series. Like in general, like
because you're basically saying we need to continuously we need to dumb things down for the sake of them to make sure they don't get lost, when I'm saying that if they want to get
well,
into
Andor
this,
didn't dumb it down.
they should, well, if they're gonna get into this and they're overwhelmed by the amount of material, that's a problem with them. Okay.
A problem with them or a problem with you?
No, it's a problem with them, because if they really want to get into
What
Star
makes you
Wars,
think it's a problem with them?
it's a problem with them because they're easily overwhelmed and they have what I refer to as
Have you
commitment
ever been overwhelmed with
anxiety.
things? Like not just Star Wars in general, like but like with something like
Like an example of what?
well anything like what can you think of?
I don't know. The closest thing I can think of is like a web comic that's been running for like over like 30 years, and it has a ass load of strips.
Like
Yeah,
Garfield.
and did you like that one?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Now I haven't finished it because I'm currently taking a
Like I
break
wouldn't
from
say
it.
so. If a casual fan, so then if a diehard fan came up to you and say, "Oh, you're not a true fan because you didn't read all the other comic strips."
No, hang on. No,
No,
hang
no,
on, DJ.
that's literally
No,
do you
DJ,
think
that's
that
not what
that'd
I'm
be fair
saying.
for
That's not
you?
what I'm
Like,
saying. Let me
if it
finish. You are
Yeah, let him
allowed
finish.
to take Great. You are allowed to take breaks and you're allowed to pace yourself, but if you're going to sit here and say I don't want to read
so
all
why
this
can't
because
that be
there's
for the same for Star Wars fans?
because I'm not sitting here. Listen. You're allowed to pace yourself and you're allowed to take breaks, but you're not allowed to sit there and whine and like, I don't want to get into this because there's too much. I am not sitting here saying there's too much of this webcomic. I'm not going to read all of it. I am going to
What if
work
they
my
don't
way
want to read the
through it.
bad stories
Wait,
and they
let
only
him
just want
finish.
to
Let him
read the
finish.
good
Let him
ones?
finish. Let him
What
finish.
bad? If
Yeah,
they
no,
don't want to read
sorry,
the
sorry,
bad,
sorry.
if they don't want to read the bad stories, well, that's a them problem. Like, what bad stories are you talking about?
Well, I'm not a fan, like, but I just presumed like there's bad stories and legends because from what I heard
First,
from other people, like, is that they like legends always contradicted itself. Like,
first of
like,
all, it's the expanded universe.
yeah,
Second of
I really
all,
don't care if if it's called the ectoplasm universe. Like, we all said this on Twitter. We don't care
you
what it's
shouldn't
called.
care.
Like, we're still
That's a
calling it
vague
legends because it's a
term.
simpler title. That like I'll just say that to you right now.
How expanded universe is more simpler and literally gets the point of it across. It expands the universe. Second of all,
Does it really though? Because I mean, it just
it
writes
really
up
really
shit as it
does.
goes along, like, and just and it just and like it literally makes shit up like to justify in its existence.
Examples of stuff it makes up.
I can think. I think I don't really think of a few because I don't really read that
Okay.
much.
Because you can't. Okay. Also, in regards to it contradicting itself, you know what the expanded universe did that Disney doesn't? It patches those contradictions up.
Yeah, and Clone Wars does it too.
No, it doesn't. Clone Wars does not patch anything up.
Well, it
What
adds context to
what
the prequels.
no, it does. Guess what? The Clone Wars multimedia project already did that.
Well, can you share examples?
Here, yeah,
Like
yeah,
honestly,
like
God, like I think the animated show gave a lot of breathing room and gave a lot of time to have Anakin go to the dark side. Like,
read the Republic comics. It literally runs all the
yeah,
way
I don't
like
really
through the.
feel like it.
Why? Well, that's your fault. Like, let me ask you this: why do you not feel like reading a comic book?
I have more important things to do in my life.
Okay, so you're just lazy then. Well, let me ask you
Nah,
this:
I'm just busy.
what's more important? What's more important? What are you
College.
busy with? Okay, and read it when you get out of college. Then.
Not really, since I'm out late and I want to have my sleep. So yeah, like that's like the fact like that's more of a you problem, really.
My
Like
guy, you do
if you
realize that you can still read comics and sleep at night. You know that, right?
I like reading different media
Okay, why can't you read a book set during the Clone Wars then? There's plenty of those.
because I like reading books that are original.
Okay, well, there's plenty of Star Wars books that are original and aren't just like rehashes of the
There's plenty of
movies.
Star Wars books that are original. Like it's not Star Wars that I'm all into. Like I'm into like other literary books as well.
So
Like
you're okay. At this point, I'm thinking that it's just the fact that you look down on books and comics and you just want visual stuff like movies and TV shows. I'm
no,
beginning to
actually
think that.
I don't actually. I actually
Then
love
why
reading.
then why is it that every time I recommend you a Star Wars book or comic, you turn it down?
Simple. I just don't like your recommendations because I just know they're going to be shit.
How do you know? You haven't read them yet.
I just know, given the type of person you are.
How do you know? You haven't read them yet.
I don't
Okay,
want to.
let's say Kino, for example. Let's say he recommends you a Star Wars book or comic. Will you read it because he was the one who recommended it?
Yeah, because he seems like a decent person.
Of course. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, just
Never
shows
heard
what type
ever
of person you are.
yeah, of course. Okay, sure, pal.
Also,
Yeah.
who cared? Even if you were lazy, as you said, so what?
Okay, it's like, why the heck do you want to get into like a multimedia franchise if you're gonna be so lazy about it?
And
Well,
shows.
because we have lives.
Okay, cool. You can still balance that while still getting into the material.
Well, you
Yeah, but
never lived our lives, so you don't know. You don't know what our lives are like.
it
Same way
doesn't.
we
I
don't
have a
know about yours either.
I mean, I'm willing to concede that I definitely have more free time than you guys, but I'm still willing to bet
Yeah,
you guys do
we
get free.
definitely see that.
I can definitely tell that you guys still get free time every now and then that you can set aside to read some pages in a book or comic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
and
I
I
just
choose to spend my time whatever I want. Sorry, Carstick. You continue.
like I personally just don't. Like ever since I was a kid, right? Reading books is really difficult for me, and I don't know why.
That's a
Maybe it's like
skill issue.
discombobulated or whatever. But I've always preferred like visual things. I always prefer video games, TV shows and movies. The books and comics, I love the comics. Like as a Spider-Man fan, I love that kind of stuff. But books, I'm not interested in them. Like I'm just not. And no amount of saying like, oh, you're a fake fan is ever going to get me to actually read them. It doesn't matter to me.
Once upon a time, I used to have trouble reading books because I had trouble visualizing in my head, and now I
Yeah, some
don't
people have
anymore.
trouble, like, and you don't mean to and you don't get to demean them just because they have trouble reading books. Like
And that's a
let them
skill they
read
can
in their own
work
times.
on.
Like,
You're acting like they're completely helpless and they can't possibly overcome
well, they're
this
not helpless.
difficulty
Like,
they
but
have.
you giving them shit for not reading, like, is definitely not helping them. Like,
I give them shit because they refuse to better themselves.
Look, I can
no, you
read
give
books.
them shit because you think it's funny. Like,
Oh, well,
I
it
can
is funny to give them shit, but I mainly give them shit so they can better themselves. Peer
read.
pressure
you're not interested
works.
in them bettering themselves. You just want to act like an edge lord. Like, and it's honestly just
Ever
pathetic,
heard the
really.
concept of tough love?
Oh, you!
I
Oh
don't.
my god! oh my god, if you consider that love, like, you're that delusional.
Well, it's tough love.
I don't care about books. If you can explain to me, articulate in a deep philosophical way why I should read a Star Wars book, why it's important for me to do so.
Because
I don't think you can come up with a reason.
expands on the lore. It allows the characters to do more things outside the movies, do things that can't simply be done in the movies for whatever reason. Furthers the story in a lot of ways. Basically, the whole 9 yards.
But what if I just like what I get from the TV shows and movies?
Well, then you're doing yourself a huge disservice by crippling yourself by limiting stuff to just those mediums.
And
And
how
what
is
if
he?
they're
How is he limiting himself?
He's limiting himself because when you only limit yourself to just the movies and TV shows, you give yourself and even the video games to a lesser extent, you give yourself an incredibly narrow range. Like, frankly, some of the best Star Wars material is locked away in the books and comics. Like, there's no reason for you to just not sit down. Like, if you like something enough, you will sit down and you will just read it.
So you're saying that the movies, TV shows, and video games are a very narrow, like, view of or narrow art form for Star Wars.
It gives you a very narrow insight into the universe.
And what's wrong with that?
Does it though?
It kind of does, yes.
What's wrong with it?
Well, I mean, you're not getting the full picture of the expanded universe then.
What if the expanded material is pretty much useless?
Well, how is it useless? How do you know since you haven't read it?
Well, what if like there's there's this information that just no one cares, like
about what?
I don't know. Can you give me an example?
I don't know. You're the one that's saying that some of the information's useless, so you point to some information that's useless in the books then.
Well, give me the information that's there, like.
How about I send you a reading order? How about that? We can start there.
Nah,
Well, did he say that he's not gonna check it out because you recommended it, Backseater?
And that's the problem. So now he's acting like he's like the authority on something when he hasn't read anything. He's like, oh yeah, there's all this useless information in the books when you never said that. Yeah, here's a good example. Like, somehow Palpatine returned, or how about how Rey Palpatine? Yeah, how about that? Oh, Kino, you actually have a question for you. Thoughts on Batman Arkham Knight?
I would say it's the weakest of the Arkham games. Arkham Asylum is great. Arkham City is legendary. I love Arkham City. Arkham Origins is good. Arkham Knight, I find. Well, actually, let me take that back. It's not worse than Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League or Gotham Knights, since those are supposed to be technically Arkham games. But yeah, I would just say like it's the weakest for that particular like like franchise, like following Batman. But I wouldn't say it's bad. I
Gameplay
wouldn't say it's
wise, I
bad.
think it's great. Story wise, though, I think it could do better.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hmm.
Yeah, but we have passed the 3 hour mark, and I maybe there's like you guys
Yeah,
are.
I'm just gonna head over to bed because I'm just that tired.
I'm done.
Yeah, because Backseater does have another debate. But yeah, thank you, DJ. Thank you, Zuma fan. Thank you, Backseater, for joining.
Yep.
It was supposed to be a debate about Superman, only for it to become a debate about Star Wars.
Yep, and you can blame Jody the pedo for that.
Oh, you're still running with that lie. Okay, then.
All right, that's how we just end it. Zuma fan, do you have any last thoughts?
I thought this was fine. I always have a fun time whenever I'm talking to Backseater because the guy's unhinged as hell, which is always fun. But hey, look, if other people are interested in I guess finding me, you can look up Zuma Fan on YouTube. I'm doing Apex Legends content. If you care about that game, which no one does, but if you do, that's where you can like find my channel. And if you want me on Twitter, just ZumaFan 2002. And that's about it.
All right, thanks for joining, Zuma fan. Have a good one.
Thank you.
All right, and Backseater, finally, we are left with you. Do you have anything else you would like to promote besides your channel, or would you you have another debate coming up with SK? I won't be
Yep.
present for apparently. But yeah. What do you have to say about that?
Well, let's see if well, I mean, I've never debated with him, so I'm looking forward to it a decent amount, and I think I can take him because I've never been one to back down from a challenge. So yeah, I'm ready to bring it on.
All right, and do you plan on doing it as soon as you can, or just like immediately after this stream?
Yeah, it's pretty much gonna be immediately after. It's gonna be in about 20 minutes or so from now. So yeah, just keep an eye on the clock, y'all.
All right, I'll be sure to tune in. And with that being said, the last person I would like to thank is all of you in the chat for staying in, for tuning in this entire time. Thank you for Saber Edge for the $10 super chat. I really appreciate it. And hey, yeah, let me know what you guys would like me to stream in the future. I really like this format I had going on. I I'm not too used to moderating, but I thought I did pretty well. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. With that being said,